1, 2, 3.
Table read! Run, rabbit, run!
What a
Yeah!
brilliant piece.
Yes.
All right.
Jack.
Run, Rabbit, Run. Written by Jesse Carter and Thomas Beaudoin. Black. We hear water running in a bathtub. The faucet shuts off. Someone's bathing. Super. Rely on the rabbit's foot if you must, but remember, it didn't work for the rabbit. Interior. Cherry's house, bathroom, afternoon, 1969. A hazy sheen of vapor clouds the beautiful bathroom of a mid-century home. Fiona Cherry, 30, mother, natural beauty, conflicted. Washes herself in a trance-like state, sliding the sponge in long strokes along her arms. After a moment of zen, the door opens and in comes CILLIAN Cherry, 6 years old, innocent shy boy. He goes to the sink and stands on his toes to wash his hands.
CILLIAN, my love, would you come over here, please?
CILLIAN turns and sees his mother. He walks over to the bathtub. Fiona takes his hand and kisses it.
My sweet boy. You know how much I love you, don't you?
CILLIAN nods.
More than anything in the whole world. Can you keep a secret?
CILLIAN nods again.
I love you most of all.
He smiles softly. Tears run down her cheek.
Why are you crying?
Those are good tears, honey. Is your father and brother home?
CILLIAN shakes his head.
Do you have your knife with you?
He pulls his pocket knife out of a small sleeve secured to his belt and hands it to her.
Thank you, my love.
Not thinking too much of it, CILLIAN turns to leave, but she holds on to his hand.
I want you to stay with me.
CILLIAN turns back. Fiona squeezes his hand and stares into his eyes.
Don't be scared.
She proceeds to cut her wrist. CILLIAN watches, confused, as the blood flows down her arm. She squeezes his hand tighter, not allowing his release.
Look at me, CILLIAN. It's okay. Everything is going to be fine from now on, I promise.
They stare at one another as she slowly fades away.
I love you. I always will.
CILLIAN stands in silence, holding his unconscious mother's hand. We hear the chime of a toy jack-in-the-box cranking louder from outside the bathroom. CILLIAN's twin brother, JAMESON, 6, spirited, outgoing, emerges in the doorway and sees the horror. He drops the jack-in-the-box, and the metal toy clangs hard on the floor. CILLIAN's nose starts to bleed. His blood drips into the bathwater, mixing with his mother's blood. Interior, police station break room, day, present. Droplets of blood-red grenadine fall into a glass of 7-Up. A hand squeezes the bottle, accidentally popping the cap off, spilling the red syrup everywhere. Maury, 40 to 45, clumsy detective, tries to clean the counter, only making it worse.
God damn, I should just kill myself.
He sees his reflection in the window and deflates.
Tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
He picks up his Shirley Temple and 2 coffees. We follow him through several corridors to interior, police station interrogation room, continuous. Maury enters the drinks. The drink moans, squirms. Maury enters with the drinks. MONTE, 35, roguish, nobody's fool. And NEWMAN, 45 to 55, female, lead detective, headstrong. Turn to Maury, who looks as though he survived a firing squad.
Gosh, hope it wasn't too much trouble.
If Maury could smack him, he would. NEWMAN flips through a folder and continues the interrogation.
You're absolutely certain that was the last time you saw Roland?
Absolutely. Haven't seen him since I got out.
Maury removes the cigarette from Monty's mouth and drops it into Monty's untouched coffee.
Hey now, that won't lead to a friendship.
Easy, Wildcat. This ain't a summer camp. We're not here to collect friends. We're here to bring down dirtbags like yourself.
Monty flips up another cigarette, catching it between his lips like a smartass.
You got a little something on your shirt, John Wayne.
Thanks.
Cleanliness is next to godliness. Isn't that what they say? Our heroes can't be sloppy. You know I'm here to help.
I need your help like I need a kidney stone.
Well, I was gonna say Clint Eastwood, but he's not fat.
Cork the peace stream, boys.
It says here that for over 10 years you drove for Roland.
On occasion, so what? I also gave my grandmother a few rides to the grocery store. That doesn't make me her fucking chauffeur. I haven't driven anything in eons. I've transferred to a whole new mode of transportation. It's called walking. You might want to look into it.
Maury fumes. Newman looks through another pile of documents.
Under no circumstances should Roland ever be allowed to operate a motored vehicle of any kind, or terrible things will happen. Enlighten me, what sort of terrible things?
Monte smirks at his own words as he lights his cigarette. The cracking of the tobacco turns to rumbling of a motorcycle. Fade to exterior, driveway, day, flashback. Roland, 16, black, ruggedly handsome with a scar, magnetic charisma, a motherfucking ease to him, sits on a motorcycle. Monte, 16, stands next to him, revving the throttle.
Where's the gas?
Seriously?
Roland smiles at him. Monte points to the throttle with a discouraging look.
Are you sure you've driven one of these?
Monte gives the helmet to Roland. Roland inspects it.
Relax. If it's got handles, I can handle it.
How many times?
Roland gives the helmet back to Monte.
All the time.
Roland revs the engine. He winks at Monte and speeds off, riding out of the driveway when, wham! He gets hit by a car, throwing him in the air.
Ah, shit! God damn.
He lands on his feet with a puzzled look on his face. Roland shrugs. Monte charges after Roland. A classic white Cadillac pulls up. Flashback, interior, car, day. Roland, 16, sits at the wheel of the white Cadillac, nervous. He inspects all the mirrors, watches for any unforeseen disaster. He notices a gorgeous woman in the car next to him. He smiles and winks at her when, bam! A hot air balloon on fire crashes down on his car. The pilot, engulfed in flames, climbs out of the basket and runs around in a panic. Roland gets out of the car in shock as the smoke builds. Back to interior, police station, interrogation room. Monte blows a cloud of smoke with a smirk on his face.
I guess you'll just have to use your imagination. Start with terrible things.
Newman slides photos of evidence across the table that links Roland to the current investigation.
I have to admit, these guys are clever, like leafcutter ants. They never strip the tree bare. They harvest a little, just enough to leave them standing, allowing the wealth to grow back. Watered-down heroes, but the only pockets they've been lining are their own.
They're all photos of small white rabbit figurines with an R printed on its belly.
Tell me, how many more of these does he have left to hand out? He's already attached over a dozen robberies in California alone, nearly 67 hits worldwide, not counting the 5 jewelry stores in Manhattan just in 2008.
Maury smirks and holds up a picture of what resembles Monte in the driver's seat of a car in front of a jewelry store.
And it appears, according to rumor, that if he so much as sits behind the wheel of anything, all hell breaks loose. You're a third-generation race car driver, Monte, and his lifelong friend. That's pretty convenient for a man whose kryptonite is driving.
Photo montage. Monte, 9, driving a go-kart. Monte, 16, on a dirt bike with a trophy in his arms. Monte, 16, drifting a normal car with Roland, taking a Polaroid in the passenger seat, smiling with cop cars behind them.
What's your point?
Why did you quit racing?
I don't need to talk about it.
Did it have anything to do with your father's death?
Monte gazes at Maury, and if he could kill him, he would.
Is that why I'm here? To talk about my father?
Maury doesn't answer.
You shouldn't believe everything you read. Words in the paper will never amount to the whole truth. Roland and I no longer speak. Haven't for quite some time. I don't know what else to tell you.
Was he always this lucky?
I'll put it this way. If a cat has 9 lives, Roland borrowed the other 8.
Flashback, interior, elementary school classroom, day. It's Valentine's Day. Roland, 9, same scar, is at his school desk, smiling ear to ear while classmates place lavish cards and candy in front of him. It starts to pile up.
Roland grabbed Lady Luck by the tits and never let go. She took to him immediately. She rubbed her sweet paws all over him.
Roland stares longingly at Amelia, 9, strong-willed, Cindy Crawford Mole, sitting at her desk. One of the girls kisses Roland on the cheek. Unfazed, he continues to gaze in Amelia's direction. Monte, 9, watches it all unfold from his desk beside Roland.
That's what we love and hate about him all at the same time.
Amelia catches Roland's stare and offers him the subtlest smile. A large bully aggressively jumps up from his chair, charging Roland, and just before he can reach our hero, a fist punches the bully across the face, sending a tooth flying. Flashback, exterior elementary school entrance, continuous. Roland, holding hands with Amelia and Monte, burst out the front doors, followed by the enraged toothless bully and his gang. Monte shakes the pain from his hand. Freeze. Roland and Amelia have a big grin. Monte is annoyed.
He's always had this wonderful aura he just can't shake off, and everyone else gets to bask in it.
Back to interior, police station, interrogation room, day.
Luck is about all he has left.
Monte puts out his cigarette and his coffee before standing up.
This has been illuminating, but I have a life I'd like to continue.
He heads for the door.
We may have further questions as this progresses.
As what progresses?
You guys are about to get your fingers clipped dipping in the wrong cookie jar, Monty. It's only a matter of time before someone applies pressure on the lid. Roland is slick, but he's hardly special. Just lucky, that's all.
I can't think of anything I'd rather be.
He opens the door.
Monty,
Monte stops in his tracks.
I'd hate to see you measure new drapes for another 6x9. If you catch a rabbit once, you can catch him again.
He closes the door behind him. Cut to black. Super. Run, rabbit, run. Interior, police station lobby. Moments later. Monte exits the men's room, adjusting his belt. He passes by Amelia, 27, cunning eyes, Cindy Crawford Mole, at the reception desk. He stops and looks back, wondering why she looks so familiar. Suddenly, two women charge through the front doors, disguised with ultra-realistic Hillary Clinton and Jackie O masks, both wearing dresses. Both are armed with guns, holding dirty bums as hostage. The police officers draw their pistols.
Easy! Easy now, or the bum paints the floor. No one wants a mess, especially that guy.
Hillary Clinton points her gun at the janitor, who looks nervous gripping his mop.
See?
Okay, so let's keep it clean, boys. Guns on the floor. Now! Don't test my patience. I lost the presidency twice.
You know we can't do that.
Technically, I'm not a bum.
Shut up!
The police officers hold their aim. Hillary Clinton points her gun at Monte.
You! Get over here!
Me?
Hey, do you like having kneecaps?
Monte instantly walks over. Jackie O releases her bum and grabs Monte, pressing the gun against his cheek.
If anyone follows us, we're gonna blow up the school bus around the corner.
Both of them!
Hillary Clinton gives a scolding look at Jackie O. The two of them make their way out, holding their hostages. Exterior, police station alleyway, continuous. Hillary Clinton places a large board securing the doors from the outside, and then shoves Jackie O.
Both of them? What the fuck? I said the, which implies singular, only one, not two. That's dark.
Yeah, my bad. I was in the moment and the nerves. I thought I would be more impactful. I went for it.
Oh, she went for it? Keep moving.
Hillary Clinton hands a $20 bill to the bum.
Bullshit! I didn't take time out of my schedule for $20.
Schedule?
You said 50.
I'm a Democrat. I'll mail the rest.
Yeah, sure. Just send it to my house in Tahoe. Fuck you! Does it look like I have a residence?
Angered, the bum swings hard and misses, falling to the ground. Hillary Clinton hurries away with Jackie O and Monte.
What goes around comes around, motherfucker! Hell is hot, and there's always room!
Interior, police station video room, day. A small group of cops sit in front of a TV monitor. They watch closely a surveillance video where a man gets hit by a convertible Camaro. NEWMAN enters with Maury behind, sandwich in hand.
Where did you get this?
It was brought in a few minutes ago.
NEWMAN watches the video again. She sees a shiny object slide across the ground.
Rewind that.
A rookie cop obeys.
Pause it. Right there. Zoom in.
NEWMAN points at the object on the screen. Maury and the other cops lean in closer.
What the fuck is that?
Instantly, Gasser, 30, overweight cop, bursts in. He struggles to speak, overcome with panic.
Captain, 2 women.
Gasser tries to collect his breath as he plops down in a chair, removing an inhaler.
Well, go on and spill it, Gasser. 2 women, what?
Gasser holds a finger up and takes a deep pull from the inhaler. Everyone waits for him.
2 women, dressed as Hillary Clinton, and some other lady just kidnapped the man you were questioning. In the lobby, armed to the teeth.
NEWMAN, Maury, and all the other cops scramble for the door. Gasser notices the sandwich, rolls his chair to it, and takes a bite. He notices the monitor and moves closer to inspect the image, confused. Interior, white van, alleyway, day. Sitting at the wheel, Francois, 27, charming, doughy Frenchman, enjoys the sweet aroma of his coffee as French music plays on the radio.
The small things.
A serene Folgers moment, until Jackie O violently swings the back door open and pushes Monte inside. Startled, Francois spills his coffee on his crouch.
Fuck! My
Oops,
dick!
I'm sorry, I said crouch.
Not his crouch.
Startled, Francois spills his coffee on his crotch.
Fuck! My dick!
Go, go, go!
Francois hits the gas as the white van peels away. Monte with his hands up.
Ladies, listen, time out, time out. There's some sort of mistake. You have the wrong guy. Just let me go. I haven't seen any of your faces. I couldn't possibly tell anyone anything. Really, I would rather just be on my way. Anywhere is fine.
Hillary Clinton aims her gun at Monte's head.
Wait, whoa, you don't have to do this. For Christ's sake, tomorrow's my birthday.
Hillary Clinton peels away her mask with a voice device stuck in her throat revealing Roland, 35.
I thought you were a Pisces.
Roland!
Roland squeezes the trigger and sprays water in Monte's face.
What?
Monte punches Roland, sending him on his ass.
Ow!
Jackie O struggles to remove her mask, revealing Tailor, 29, laid-back stoner. Tailor kisses his lucky gold amulet before pulling Monte off of Roland.
Tailor? Really? After everything? What did he promise you this time?
Shit, Monty. You gonna cover my mortgage?
That's a fine way of showing gratitude, Monte.
Gratitude? I was free to go, Roland. If you had just waited 30 seconds, I would have walked out the fucking door!
Silence.
Shit!
Francois suddenly jerks the wheel and the van rolls. Black. An a cappella Irish lament fades in. Interior, Cherry's barn, evening. The same Irish lament plays from a record player. An exquisitely detailed wooden coffin carved from a single tree sits in the center. Jameson Cherry, 50 to 60, poised, piercing eyes, lives by a strict code. Sweats profusely, whittling the coffin with a knife. A coffin dedicated to his dying father.
Blood is a bond. Make him understand.
Jameson slips, cuts his hand as blood splatters. His black Great Dane looks up with concern. Jameson walks over to the counter. He grabs a rag and applies pressure as blood soaks through. He exits, followed by his dog. Interior, Cherry's house, kitchen, continuous. Jameson enters with his dog close behind, passing by wood sculptures decorating the rooms. He goes to the kitchen to clean his injured hand in the sink as he stares at an old picture of his mother Fiona with her arms around him at 5 years old. A torn piece of the picture is missing. Jameson sees his own reflection in the picture and notices a few drops of blood on his face. He quickly wipes it off as blood runs into the black void of the drain, his gaze lost in thought. The doorbell rings. Jameson removes the torn piece of the picture from behind the frame and sets it where it once was, revealing his twin brother, CILLIAN, standing on the other side of Fiona. Interior, Cherry's house, entrance, continuous. Jameson opens the front door to find his twin brother, CILLIAN Cherry, 50 to 60, vile. His piercing eyes denote a dangerous instability.
You're late.
CILLIAN looks down at Jameson's injured hand.
You're bleeding.
Jameson tightens the soaked-up bandage on his hand.
Still playing with knives? You should be more careful. You wouldn't want to trip and fall on one.
How long has it been?
I haven't been logging the days.
Too long.
They stare for a moment in silence.
What do you want, Jameson?
Follow me.
Jameson turns and leaves CILLIAN on the porch with the door open. CILLIAN removes a pair of very dark sunglasses and puts them on before stepping inside. He reluctantly looks down the hall and sees the bathroom where their mother died all those years ago.
You coming?
This breaks CILLIAN from his trance. Interior, Cherry's barn, continuous. Jameson enters, followed by CILLIAN. CILLIAN approaches the coffin in awe as Jameson walks past it.
It's taken me nearly a year to finish it.
CILLIAN studies all the details and craftsmanship, sliding his hand slowly along the edges to inspect it closely.
Is this...
I wasn't sure you'd remember.
Of course I do. He loved that tree. It's what he would have wanted.
CILLIAN pulls his hand away. The brothers stare at each other with the casket between them.
It's what he deserves. The doctors are saying any day now. I'm thinking hours. He wants to see you, CILLIAN. He loves you.
Out of pity. Why are you showing me this?
I want you to be by my side when I put him in the ground. Together, as he wishes.
CILLIAN goes to exit.
We're all he has.
CILLIAN stops.
I suppose that's my fault.
JAMESON approaches his brother.
She was sick. She put you in a horrible situation. You had nothing to do with it.
I had everything to do with it.
JAMESON hugs CILLIAN. CILLIAN allows it, awkwardly. A tear rolls down from behind his dark sunglasses.
I killed her.
Interior, hospital room, an hour later. An IV drop. A heart monitor beeps. William Cherry, 90, crime lord, dying. Lays unconscious in bed, eyes closed. Reveal of CILLIAN standing by his father. After a moment, CILLIAN leans down to gently touch forehead to forehead with his father. Feeling the touch of his long-lost son, William opens his eyes. CILLIAN sits back as they both stare at each other. After a moment, CILLIAN discreetly pulls the plug to the respiratory machine. William slowly fades away. The heart monitor flatlines, which fades into the sound of someone heavily urinating in a toilet. Interior, Victoria's bathroom, morning. Super. 48 hours before the first wives kidnap Monte from the police station. A beautiful woman, Victoria, 30, stunningly beautiful, transsexual, pastry chef, Roland and Monte's former accomplice, stands, brushing her teeth. A distinct buzzer goes off.
Oh, yum.
She looks down, does a little shake, and quickly zips up. She spits the toothpaste into the toilet, flushes, and exits in a hurry. Interior, Victoria's house, continuous. Victoria makes her way through the house as the buzzer gets louder. She rushes into the kitchen and pulls out a tray of snickerdoodle cookies out of the oven. She places the cookies on a plate and pours a glass of milk before exiting with both while humming a tune. Interior, Victoria's large bedroom, continuous. Victoria enters. Roland is on the bed, attempting to knot his tie. She sets the cookies and milk on the nightstand. Roland immediately picks it up and takes a sip, holding his knot with the other hand. Next to him is Chloe, 27, sexy, wild child, painting her toenails. She sticks her foot in Roland's face.
Bruised blue, what do you think?
She nearly knocks the glass away from Roland's mouth. A single drop of milk falls into the white fabric of Roland's dress shirt.
But can't you see I'm currently involved? Christ, you needy.
He places the glass back down on the nightstand.
You're tying a tie, not solving a Rubik's Cube. You know, you should be embarrassed you're still at it. I mean, are you stupid or retarded?
That's a fucked up question. Promise me you'll never say some shit like that in public, or I'll pretend I don't know you.
Victoria scans the channels on the TV. Roland gets the knot right on his tie, but the length is short. Chloe air dries her feet, making the bed shake.
Is it true dolphins and humans are the only two species that have sex for pleasure?
Can you be still?
Wait, is it true?
Is what true?
Dolphins are really the only animal that like to fuck just to fuck.
Roland leans in close to her face.
I know we're the only animal that fucks face to face. Now would you kindly keep the fuck still?
That hardly answers my question.
A loud explosion from the TV causes Roland to look up and see Bugs Bunny in a precarious situation, about to meet his demise. Roland's cell phone rings. He springs up.
Is it true sex has a smell?
Hey, where's my phone?
If sex was a candle, I'd buy 3 for each room.
You might want to talk to somebody about that.
Roland scrambles to locate his phone.
Can we focus here? Are you sitting on it?
Roland rolls Chloe. Falls off the bed as he shuffles through the clothes on the floor.
Where is it? Hey, look alive, ladies. The ringing device. Let's locate it, please.
The girls make no attempt to help him.
Oh my God.
Anxious, Roland shuffles through clothes and finally finds his phone.
Hey, Roland here. High noon, got it.
Roland listens carefully. He snatches Chloe's lipstick and scribbles an address on the bed headboard before hanging up.
Which one of y'all still has a valid driver's license?
Interior, 1969 Camaro, 1 hour later. The convertible Camaro with red interior pulls up and parks in front of a luxurious condo building. Roland is in the passenger seat, straightening his tie in the mirror.
Fuck ties, goddamn.
Ties are sexy. It pulls everything together, just like a bow.
She lights a joint.
Have you gone mad?
Relax, I rolled down the window.
Roland stares at her. He grabs the joint and smashes it out in the ashtray.
Hey, that's not necessary.
Hey, I can't have you getting high in the parking lot. I need your wits about you. I can't emphasize how important this meeting is. I need this to go well. It's my first job in months without Monte, and I'm fucking broke. So please, just stick to the format, will you? Please?
You didn't have to murder it. I've been perfectly fine for later, asshole.
Roland looks around for anything unusual.
All right, I'll be back in 20 minutes-ish. If anyone asks you any questions, you're waiting for your boyfriend, or better yet, your fiancé. Yeah, whatever you do, don't wander off. I can't drive under any circumstances. I can't be allowed to drive.
Why is that?
Just terrible things.
Feeling sorry for him, Chloe kisses him hard, leaving a red print on his lips.
Maybe you should take this with you.
Chloe whips out a chrome Desert Eagle. Roland grabs the gun and quickly hides it from view.
Where did you get that?
From under my seat, silly.
Before that.
Chloe slides over onto the driver's seat.
My father, Jesus, don't be a set of balls, Roland. I've been shooting since I was 6.
I don't care if you're a goddamn spy. Guns are the quickest way to spoil your luck.
Roland pops out the clip and sees a full cartridge of bullets.
Especially loaded ones.
Roland slides the gun under the seat.
I'm begging you, no more surprises.
Roland places the clip of bullets in his jacket pocket.
Okay? Just keep it simple for me, all right? Like you promised.
Simple as a pimple, I promise.
Roland gets out of the car.
Just bring back a souvenir!
You want me to take something for you?
No, I want you to steal something for me.
No.
But it has to be special, not something generic like a salt shaker or a TV remote. That's just too easy. It has to be something personal.
Is that what does it for you?
Yeah, I need a thrill. Here, stash it in my purse.
Roland puts the purse over his shoulder and turns to face the impressive building. He sees window cleaners high above. A cable snaps, tilting their platform as they struggle to keep their balance. Taking it as an omen, Roland quickly looks away, nervously walking to the entrance. Behind him, Chloe loads another clip in the gun and relights her smashed joint. Interior, luxurious condo building lobby, continuous. Roland heads through the lobby to the elevator where a UPS woman, 22, fit, beautiful tomboy, stands waiting. They glance at each other.
Rain, hail, sleet, or fire.
What's that?
The mail.
I believe it's snow, but yes, through the extreme.
Ding! The elevator opens. Roland steps inside and holds the door for the UPS woman.
Going up?
I'll get the next one.
The elevator door closes shut. He notices the red lipstick in his reflection of the door.
Oh.
He wipes it off. Interior, luxurious building penthouse hallway, continuous. Roland exits the elevator, facing a door numbered P13. A buildup of Roland searching for PH3 from casually to a frantic run through the maze of corridors. Exasperated, Roland exits the elevator, once again staring at P13. He notices the missing piece of the H lying on the floor. He picks it up and holds it up, completing the PH3 door number in disbelief, when the door swings open, revealing Bonham, 36, big South Pacific man. Roland hands over the broken piece.
You might want to fix that.
I'm working on it.
Bonham aggressively frisks Roland. Roland notices a tattoo on Bonham which reads, "Does not play well with others." Bonham finds the clip of bullets.
That belongs to my girlfriend's gun.
Bonham couldn't give a shit.
I have to hide the bullets from her when we fight. She can be vicious. You know how it is.
Bonham ushers Roland into the apartment. Interior, Cillian's penthouse entryway, continuous. Roland walks down a hallway with rooms on each side. He's entered a modern brothel plucked right out of the red light district.
Oh, shit.
Tempted? Tempted, Roland wants to stop and peek, but is urged along by Bonham. Interior, Killian's penthouse kitchen continuous. Roland finds Killian cutting fruit at the counter. Wrapped around his hand is a long leather leash attached to the back of a falconry hood, covering the eyes of Falcon Brute, 30s, Herculean in a Tom Ford suit, standing motionless, armed with brass knuckles, just waiting to be unleashed. Sensing Roland's stare, Killian picks up a book and recites from it like a Shakespearean play.
Where is the lightning to lick you with its tongue? Where is the madness with which you should be cleansed? Behold, I show you the Superman. He is this lightning. He is this madness.
Killian tosses the book over the shoulder and smiles at Roland.
And in the flesh. Sweet Jesus, the myth is true. You're a difficult man to find, Roland.
Well, in my line of work, I find that to be a good thing.
Or a very bad thing.
You're probably just looking in the wrong places.
And where might the right place be?
The corners. Always the corners. The view is better, and nothing can crawl up your back.
Let me guess, Monty is waiting in the car.
Ooh, you're good.
Killian motions to Bonham with his knife. Roland turns as Bonham sets down a chair for him.
We're all friends. You have no enemies here. Please excuse my guests. It was a very last-minute effort. They have a way of doing things. No judgments.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Bonham raises his eyebrow.
The golden boy who never ties his shoelaces while chasing all the fun and yet manages to never fall on his ass. That's what they say about you.
Who's they?
Wouldn't you like to know? All that matters is they say you're lucky.
Killian tosses the cut-up fruit into a blender.
They say a lot, don't they? I've got nothing to complain about. I'd say that makes me lucky enough.
I know you're a man who treasures his time, so I'm gonna ask you this just once before we go any further. Stir it around. Think long and hard before you answer.
Go on.
Can I trust you?
Let's get something straight. You came to me.
Killian tightens his grip on the leash. The sound of leather squeezing reverberates through the room. He slowly tightens the slack on the leash, tugging the ring behind Falcon Brute's mask like a pin on a grenade. Roland senses the danger, yet maintains his composure. Killian turns on the blender as he stares at Roland. He shuts it off. Roland smirks.
I had a pet snake growing up, an African boa. I was about 5 years old. The only thing my dad left me, named him Marshall after him. I loved every second of it. Before I knew it, he had grown from 5 inches to 4 feet long. He'd even sleep in the bed with me, and I'd fall asleep hugging him like he was my life raft. He'd curl up under my arms and stay warm through the night. At some point, around 8 years old or so, I started waking up in the middle of the night, and I couldn't find him. He was getting bigger, and so was I. Heavier, too. I was concerned I had rolled on him without noticing and accidentally killed him. But every time, I'd find Marshall stretched out on top of the covers as straight as an arrow. His tail would be at my feet, and his head would be just below my chin. It went on like that for a while. I didn't know why he was acting like that, so I looked into it, read a few books. You see, all of them, whatever the age or length, would size themselves next to their prey. You see, Marshall was sizing me up, just buying time until he could make a meal out of me. Now, I ain't take it personal. A snake is a snake. Just as a man is a man. It didn't matter how much I loved Marshall or cherished his company, he only knows how to be a snake. It wasn't malicious, but it was calculated, so is nature. I was torn, but it was only a matter of time before he turned on me. I knew that. So when I got home, I elected not to push my luck any further. I carried Marshall myself, turned him over to the zoo, said my goodbyes, and left with a heavy heart. I trusted that snake. until I didn't. I see our situation as very similar. In a lot of ways, I could be Marshall. So, to answer your question, for now, I suppose the odds are better if you do.
On the table, Roland places a white rabbit figurine with an R printed on its belly. In celebration, CILLIAN throws his knife into a dartboard on the wall behind Roland, nailing the bullseye. BONHAM tosses something and Roland catches it. He opens his hand and discovers a car key attached to a white rabbit's foot.
Downstairs in the parking lot, third row from the back, you will find a '68 Jaguar. Deep purple, beautiful car. But the Jaguar is of little importance to me. It's what's inside the trunk I treasure.
Flashback. CILLIAN enters his living room, dancing with a glass of scotch in one hand and a shiny urn in the other.
I won't bore you with the details. What I can tell you is that time is of the utmost importance.
CILLIAN sets the urn on the mantel above the fireplace like a trophy. He admires it.
I had a brother. Or rather, I have a brother, and it's safe to say we're built different. When our father recently passed, God rest his soul, my brother's plans didn't pan out with mine.
Back to interior, CILLIAN's penthouse kitchen. CILLIAN walks toward Roland, leaving Falcon Brute behind.
Keep it for a couple days. That's all I ask. Enough time for the oven to drop a few degrees so I can touch the plate. I'll come for it when the time is right. Easy breezy, nearly fuck-up proof.
What, did you say brother?
Roland's panic sets in as CILLIAN's expressive story fades to silence.
Sounds fishy. Why me, WYATT?
Because it's pie. And I know how much you like pie. All you have to do is hold a package for him, that's it. You need the dough, I know a baker. He's harmless, gentle as a baby squirrel. But listen to me, no matter how much he offers you, whatever he promises or claims, don't do a god-fucking damn thing if his brother is involved, but run. Just run. Run!
CILLIAN laughs maniacally and slaps Roland's knee, breaking him from his daydream.
Oh, do you know what the best part of winning is, Roland? Besides winning, of course, the look on the other man's face when you take his trophy, that's what it's all about. Oh, especially in the end, especially in the end. A man always wears defeat right here. You can't hide it. If his spirit is broken, it always shows.
You're losing some blood.
Huh.
CILLIAN touches his nose.
Used to get them as a kid. My mother hated it.
CILLIAN stares at the blood, lost for a moment.
Where are my manners? Would you care for a smoothie?
I have to go to the bathroom. Is that all right?
Did someone plant a revolver on the toilet seat for you?
CILLIAN grabs Roland's face and kisses him hard.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart.
Roland is awkwardly confused, not making the Godfather connection.
Of course it's all right. Right down the hall, second door on the left.
Interior, exterior, CILLIAN's penthouse bathroom continuous. Weary by the situation, Roland leaves the door cracked open to spy on CILLIAN as he makes a call on his cell phone.
You didn't drive off, did you?
Roland sees CILLIAN kicking the air, fighting his own shadow.
Jesus, thank God. Elephants are gonna fly out of my ass before I take this job. This guy's a few eggs short of a carton. And by the looks of it, he checked out years ago.
Roland closes the door.
Ooh, goodbye marbles.
He spots the toy Jack-in-the-Box, same as the opening scene, sitting on a shelf. He smiles.
I'm on my way down.
He hangs up. He grabs the toy and places it in Chloe's purse. Bang! Gunshots are heard from the kitchen. Terrified, Roland freezes. He scrambles to climb out of the window onto the balcony. He dusts himself off and sees CILLIAN through the patio door, lying on the floor, bleeding. Falcon Brute is standing next to him, motionless. He notices BONHAM flat on his stomach, out cold. Roland sees the UPS woman in the living room, pulling a knife out of her shoulder. Roland and UPS woman lock eyes. Bang, bang. She fires 2 shots, shattering the glass, sending Roland stumbling back as he disappears off the balcony. Exterior, luxurious condo building, continuous. Hanging tightly onto the purse caught on a flagpole a few floors below, Roland sees his cell phone fall from his pocket into a swimming pool.
Shit!
Louder, bigger.
Shit! Okay, shit!
I like how you looked at the script again to see that. Roland swings side to side when UPS woman appears on Killian's balcony above. Roland launches and makes a miraculously lucky catch onto a terrace. In disbelief, she fires at him. Roland smashes through the patio door into interior, luxurious condo building communal area, continuous. Roland gets tangled in the curtain and falls into a hot tub occupied by a family.
Wow, oh my God.
Roland springs up from the water, resembling a wet ghost, gasping for air. Mortified, the parents grab the children and hurry away.
Mommy, I'm scared.
Roland runs off through door 1, struggling to remove the wet curtain, just as 2 men in Speedos enter from door 2 and step into the hot tub. UPS woman emerges from the terrace in pursuit of Roland before exiting through door 2. Roland re-enters and dives headfirst back into the hot tub. He pops up with Killian's set of keys. Unknowingly, Roland bolts out the same door as UPS woman. Exterior, parking lot, continuous. Roland arrives where Chloe should be waiting with the car.
Chloe! Chloe!
Bang, bang! Bullets ricochet near him. Roland ducks between 2 vehicles. He notices 2 bullet holes in his jacket. He pokes a finger through the hole.
Just go home. Leave it alone.
Roland spots the purple 68 Jaguar. Roland kisses the white rabbit's foot attached to Killian's keys.
Don't fail me now. On 3.
Bang! Roland takes off running towards the Jaguar. He attempts to open the trunk, but drops the keys. He quickly reaches for them as the back window of the Jaguar shatters. He opens the trunk and finds a shiny urn. Not sure what he's looking at, he quickly grabs the urn and bolts toward a tree line next to the parking lot as UPS woman continues to fire at him. Exterior, street, continuous. Roland dashes through the tree line, emerging onto a street where Chloe's Camaro screeches to a halt, sending Roland onto the hood as the urn slides across the pavement. The same footage from the police station. With his face pressed against the windshield, Roland sees Chloe sitting in the passenger seat with an unknown man, 30, behind the wheel with a smashed joint in his mouth.
Roland?
Get in the back, Chloe, now!
Roland hurries to grab the urn and jumps inside the car.
Hit the gas!
The Camaro speeds off as UPS woman runs out from the tree line. Interior, 1969 Camaro, continuous.
Who the fuck is he?
So random, we just met and we hit it off!
Why are you soaking wet?
Pop! A bullet shoots through the unknown man's throat, splattering blood across Roland and Chloe. The car swerves as the unknown man chokes on Chloe freaks out. Roland grabs the steering wheel to control the car. It stops short of smashing into a fire hydrant. Roland struggles to roll him over on the front seat.
He's dead! He's fucking dead, Roland!
I know he's dead. We're not gonna leave him here.
Roland manages to flip the unknown man over as he disappears onto the back seat. UPS woman runs down the street towards Roland. She fires a shot. Chloe returns fire. UPS woman takes cover. Reluctant, Roland jumps in the driver's seat. The Camaro speeds off as UPS woman fires upon them.
What's happening? What the fuck is happening?
That lunatic came out of nowhere. I had nothing to do with that. I'm on the balcony and everything was great. Next thing I know, I'm in a goddamn hot tub.
One more time.
Bang! Chloe gets a clean shot right through her chest. In a tranquil state of shock, she quickly starts to fade out, unaware she's been shot.
Hot tub. What are you blabbing about?
Roland notices her wound. Chloe acknowledges she's bleeding.
I'm bleeding. Is that an urn?
I think so.
Did you steal that from me?
Wham! A pie hits Roland in the face, sending the car swerving onto a streetlight pole. Roland climbs out of the car, removing pie from his eyes. He hears commotion on the balcony of a building close by. An Italian couple screams at each other as the husband throws fresh pies onto the street down below. Another man in his underwear hangs from their balcony.
I gotta find Monte.
Black. Super. A man often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. End of first episode. Two happy-go-lucky bandits get tangled in a dangerous feud between a pair of psychotic twin brothers fighting for possession of their father's ashes.
Let's see. Where to begin? How should I bring you guys up to speed on this shit show? Oh yeah! That's right. As you know, I'm broke and running on fumes, but hey, desperate times call for desperate measures. My old pal, WYATT, informed me about a golden opportunity, but spared some crucial details, which would have changed the direction of my wins.
There's only one direction for you, Roland.
Nobody asked you. Besides, you were busy being interrogated. And where's the thanks for that, by the way? Who got you out of that pickle? Yours truly.
I was free to go.
Anyway, so I gave WYATT the green light to tell the client I'm willing to be convinced.
Oh, listen to the big man with 2 pennies in his pocket.
Are you done? This is about me. Sorry about that, guys. So, as you learned, I have what you might call cosmic luck. But behind the wheel of a car, I am cursed. No other way to put it. So this meeting didn't go quite as expected. Well, little known fact, Killian Cherry watched his mother kill herself right in front of him when he was 6 years old. I don't care who you are. That's gonna have some effect on your personality. And whatever that thing was attached to his leash, I don't wanna be around when he gets loose. No thanks, count me out. And apparently, his twin brother, Jameson, showed him the coffin he carved from a tree in the effort to make peace and bury their father together. But Killian cremated the body instead. That son of a bitch. So the job was to hold an urn until the heat simmered. Now, I'm really going on a hunch here, but that woman who tried to kill me, she probably don't work for UPS. Just by the hair of my chinny chin chin, I managed to escape with an urn and a Jack-in-the-Box toy as a souvenir for Chloe. Oh, Chloe. We're all gonna miss her. Once again, behind the wheel, the curse found me, but this time in the form of a pie. With all that being said, it was high time to locate this lame ass.
Kinda wish you hadn't.
I missed you too.
Exterior, precinct, dusk, flashback. A cop escorts a young Roland and a young Monte, both 9 years old, out of the police station. Senior, 30s, Monte's father, a man's man, race car driver, sits in the passenger seat of his car parked out front. The cop gives Senior a stern look like this is all his fault.
Even you were 9 once.
The cop walks back toward the precinct, leaving the boys behind.
Why are you sitting in that seat?
Because today, that seat is yours.
Monte and Roland run around the car towards the driver's seat.
Easy, rabbits. Face is key.
Where are we going?
Nowhere just yet. One thing at a time. You know it would break my heart if anything happened to either of you. You know that, right?
Roland and Monte nod. Senior looks at Roland.
As far as I'm concerned, both of you are my boys. So no matter what, you can always come to me.
We know.
Then put the key in the ignition.
Monte's about to turn the key when Senior reaches out and places his hand over his son's hand.
Listen to me, boys. Drive is what exists within your heart and mind. The space between, in the gut of your instincts.
The two boys listen intently.
No matter what's going on around you, even if everything is falling apart, always hit the ground running and don't ever let them catch you looking back. Ever. All a man has is his talent, and even God can't take that. He can take your life, but never your talent. Remember, victory has 1,000 fathers, but failure is an orphan.
The young boys take the lesson in. Monte turns the key. The engine roars. The boys smile in unison. Interior, bar, day, flashback. A race car rally rumbles on the TV behind the bar. Sitting at the bar, Roland, 25, sips on a glass of milk. Monte, 25, is bitter drunk. A drunk man stares at Monte.
I know you. I know you. Holy fucking shit. You're Junior. Monty the Bronx son. He's telling me I'm a liar.
Monte gives a cold look, then takes a swig of beer.
Your dad is the best there ever was. Oh, look at him. A goddamn legend.
Drunk man leans in closer.
Rumor has it, you're faster. Maybe even better. Is that true?
He's better now than his father will ever be.
What are you doing here? Aren't you his juju amulet? The key to his winning streak?
He doesn't need me to win, and I don't need him.
That's a hell of a thing to say. I don't think you ever missed a race. Bound to lose now.
2 o'clock. 2 white rhinos. Look familiar to you?
Monte glances, sees 2 huge albino men, then turns back to the TV. He shrugs.
You've been betting against your father again, haven't you?
Monte doesn't answer.
I thought you were done with that. Fuck, Monte. How deep are you this time?
10 feet to China.
Roland gets up. Monte grabs him by the shirt. Roland shakes him off and walks to the albino men.
Gentlemen, can I get you a drink?
No response.
All right. How much does he owe?
Albino number 2 pulls Roland by his tie, but it pops off, revealing it's a clip-on.
Not a big fan of tightness around my neck, you know what I mean?
He's a few years and several commas behind. Our boss's interest rate is not in his favor.
Roland looks at Monte, who's still focused on the TV. He turns back.
Whatever it is, I'll take it on.
The albino men laugh. Roland is serious.
Name's Roland. Clear it with whoever you have to. If you leave, the debt is mine.
Roland walks back to Monte. Albino number 2 grabs his phone. Monte swigs down the last sip of his beer. Car crash erupts on the television, and Senior, number 67, gets the worst of it. Roland restrains Monte's rage, glances back and sees the albino men are gone. Monte manages to throw a beer mug at the television, shattering the screen. Back to the crashed van after Roland kidnapped Monte. Interior, exterior, crashed van, present day. The shattered windshield with a hole in it. Roland wakes abruptly, realizing his dress is on fire. He puts it out. In a daze, Tailor opens the back door and rushes out. Roland shakes Monte awake and shoves him out of the burning van. Francois yells in anguish, stuck upside down in the driver's seat. Roland grabs his urn and rushes to the driver's door.
Come on! We don't have time!
Roland tries to open the door while Tailor watches for any sign of police.
A cat! A fucking black cat ran right in front of him. Came out of nowhere!
Roland tries to pull Francois out through the window.
Fuck the cat, Frank! Get the fuck out of the van!
Francois is about to pass out. Roland slaps him in the face.
Frank! Don't pass out on me! Look at me! Francois! The van is on fire! Fire is bad! Get the fuck out of the fucking van!
Roland and Tailor help Francois out of the van and struggle to carry him down the alleyway like a wounded soldier. When they arrive to the corner, a bus pulls up as if on cue. The doors open, revealing the bus driver, 40s, man. He notices the condition of the men and sees the burning van in the background.
Hell no!
Jack, sorry, 40s woman, not 40s man.
Oh, it's crossed out here.
Oh.
So it's back to man, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Told you.
Picking up. Yes, if there had been a note in everyone's script, we would stop. Script people.
When they arrive to the corner, a bus pulls up as if... Sorry. When they arrive to the corner, a bus pulls up as if...
I broke him.
When they arrive in the corner... When they arrive to the corner, a bus pulls up as if on cue. The doors open, revealing the bus driver, 40s, man. He notices the condition of the men and sees the burning van in the background.
Hell no!
He shuts the doors and pulls away.
Now what?
We roll with it. Plan B.
Aren't we on C or D by now?
Zip it. I gotta think.
Roland sees an old lady, 80s, frail, pushing a grocery cart in a parking lot. Roland shoves the urn in Monte's arm and hurries over towards the old lady. Tyler follows with Francois close behind. Monte stands there, holding the urn, processing everything. Exterior, old lady's car, parking lot, continuous. The old lady is about to pick up a grocery bag when Roland slides his arm under hers and leads her to the curb.
Let us give you a hand. You shouldn't have to do this by yourself.
Oh, that's so very sweet of you.
Tyler and Francois load the groceries carelessly like brutes.
Easy on those. Some of that is glass.
It's gonna be fine. Oh, and just one more thing.
Roland gently removes the keys from her hands.
We have to borrow your car.
Roland notices a name tag that reads Martha on the keychain as he backs away from the old lady. Meanwhile, his crew is already climbing inside the car.
You mean steal my car?
Well, if you're being technical, Martha, how about you're lending it to us?
I'm not lending you shit. It's my husband's car, dickwad.
Roland is surprised by her language as he opens the passenger door.
I hope you get fucked to death in prison.
Hold on, let's...
She just couldn't wait to say
I'm so happy that has to be done again.
I'm not lending you shit. It's my husband's car, dickwad.
Roland is surprised by her language as he opens the passenger door.
Such harsh language, ma'am.
I hope you get fucked to death in prison.
Jesus, lady, it's just a car.
Roland is about to get in when he sees the sad look on Martha's face. He has a change of heart.
Fine. Are you driving or staying?
Roland holds up the keys. Cut to NEWMAN and Maury driving by, recognizing Roland in a dress, holding up the keys towards Martha. They look at each other, puzzled. Interior, old lady's car continuous. The old lady starts the car. She removes her glasses from her purse as Roland and his crew watch in utter disbelief.
I can't see anything without my glasses.
Is this still part of Plan B?
Tires screech as the old lady peels off, revealing the black cat laying casually in the cloud of smoke. Interior, old lady's car continuous. Squeezed between Tyler and Francois in the back seat, Monte leans forward.
Sure could use that explanation right about now.
Oh, it's a long story.
Let's start from the beginning.
I'm a dead man.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Looks pretty bad.
Francois notices the detective's car behind them with the emergency light on in fast pursuit.
We are being followed. They couldn't catch a cold.
Roland holds up the urn.
First thing we have to do is hide this thing.
There's no we, Roland.
As long as we have this, they can't touch us.
Stop saying we! Wait, did you tell them that I'm involved in this job with you?
I would never. It hurts my feelings to think that you would think that I would.
Which way am I headed?
Just keep driving. You're doing great, Martha.
Did you give them the impression that I'm involved?
Silence.
Oh, Roland, why would you do that?
Roland loses his cool, giving us a glimpse of his fear.
Listen to me. Ah! I don't think you appreciate the severity of the situation.
Monte looks at Tyler and Francois lobbing canned goods from the back window like grenades toward the detective's car behind.
I think I do.
They're gonna kill me, Monte, and I don't want to die. Not today. I thought it was a simple A to B. Pick up and deliver. It was a little sketchy. I was warned, but the price was too good to resist. Enough to pay all your debt.
Why are you worried about my debt? Is that why you took this job?
I wish. I'd have better odds coming out with my head intact. You know what's worse than being in debt? Being broke, Monte.
Broke? How much did those masks run you?
Well, they weren't cheap, but money well spent. Here you are. Anyway, like I said, I was warned. Shit got a little fucked up, and now I'm stuck in the middle of it.
Why don't you just give it back?
Well, that's a fucking brilliant idea, Monte. You think I haven't considered that? If I give it to the wrong brother now, my ass is grass.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Cherry Brothers? Fuck me, they were right. Roland, whose ashes are those? You know what? Forget it. I don't want to know. I'm done with all this. I made that perfectly clear.
No, Samantha made that perfectly clear.
For fuck's sake, you still don't get it. Like, I'm engaged.
So what? Where in the fine print does it say that your best friend becomes a wash?
Right under the heading, grow the fuck up!
Boom! The detective's car smashes against the rear panel, forcing the old lady to make a hard left. Interior, Killian's car, afternoon. Killian, Bonham, and Falcon Brute are parked in silence across from Victoria's house. In the passenger seat, Killian is in a meditative state with his eyes closed and headphones on. Suddenly, the old lady's car swerves down the street with the detective's car close behind. Killian remains peacefully unaware. Dissolve 2. Killian's what-if regret sequence. Young Killian runs away from the bathroom down the hallway with his pocket knife in his hands. Behind him in the distance, his mother sits up in the bathtub, uninjured. Cut back to Killian is nudged awake by Bonham. He removes his headphones and sees a car pulling up in front of Victoria's house. Killian sees a woman behind the wheel.
Dorian?
As the woman reaches into the glove box, Killian notices the bandage on her left shoulder, covered with blood, recognizing her as a UPS woman who tried to kill him in his own home. Devastated, Killian puts his sunglasses on. Interior-exterior, Victoria's home, day. A doorbell rings repeatedly. Victoria rushes down the hallway.
Asshole, I heard.
Victoria swings the door open to find Roland and his crew.
Roland, thank God. Why is he wearing my... Why are you wearing my dress?
Can we have this conversation inside, please?
You have a visitor.
She pushes open the door to reveal the UPS woman, now known as Dorian, dressed in a nice suit, casually seated in a chair. Petrified, Roland discreetly tosses the urn into the bushes by the front door.
Glad you could make it. What a day, huh?
Dorian senses Roland's reluctancy.
Why so glum? You look like a mourner at your own funeral.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Roland and his crew step inside, on edge.
What's that lovely aroma?
Oh, snickerdoodles, made from scratch.
Roland gives Victoria a cold stare.
What? My mother's recipe, they're good.
Well, mothers do know best. Monty, would you be so kind and fetch me one with a glass of milk?
I don't know about your math, but in case you hadn't added it up, there's 5 of us and 1 of you.
Roland shakes his head. Dorian moves past the remark.
If it's possible, give me a tall glass. I hate the short, stumpy ones.
Dorian winks at Monte. Not wanting to test the delicate situation any further, Monte leaves to fulfill Dorian's request.
You were very lucky this morning, Roland, but that certainly is the way you go about things, isn't it? Charming style when you consider nothing lasts forever.
Monte walks back in with the cookies and a glass of milk like her little bitch.
You're too kind. Thank you.
Dorian takes a bite and gives a look of approval. Roland uses the silence as an opportunity to clear the air.
About earlier...
Dorian holds a finger up. She takes a sip of milk.
I'm a big believer in new beginnings, fresh starts. We should just clean the slate right here and wash our hands together. What happened at my uncle's was an unfortunate misunderstanding.
Roland nods in agreement.
Tragic.
I know it's probably hard to imagine after what you've seen today, but there was a time when Killian and I were very close. You could even say I still love him underneath it all.
Dorian lost in thought. Dissolve into Dorian, stoically seated in a chair, getting her bloody shoulder stitched up by a nervous doctor.
I mean, to be put in a situation as delicate as this, I realize you all must be very confused at this moment, but understand this.
Behind Dorian, Jameson destroys one of his wooden sculptures in a furious tirade.
Those ashes belong to my father, Jameson Cherry, Killian's brother. Whatever deal you made, whatever pledge or contract you entered into, consider it non-void.
Back to Dorian, in Victoria's living room, takes a sip of milk.
You didn't realize what you were getting into, that's obvious.
Everyone stares at Roland, hoping he comes clean.
It's not here.
Roland feels the pressure from his peers.
But I can get it to you.
I like you, Roland. For whatever reason, your careless style impresses me. However, second chances are rare. Wherever the urn is at the moment, I know it's safe, but tomorrow, it better be back where it belongs.
Dorian stands up and heads for the door.
I've always been a fan of the diplomatic approach. I don't want to see anyone else get hurt. The options that follow for those that are still alive are a drag.
Dorian pauses.
Almost forgot.
She holds Roland's driver's license up.
You left this behind in the hot tub?
Everybody looks at Roland, confused.
It's a little ironic, don't you think?
Roland shrugs.
By the way, what was it? Lemon meringue?
Everyone looks at Roland, inquisitive. Roland hesitates to admit.
Coconut.
Dorian nods, pleasantly surprised, and then leaves. Everyone exhales. Roland hurries to the window to confirm the urn is still there.
Who the fuck was that?
The mailman.
Fade to black. Exterior, luxurious condo building, evening. Newman and Mulray's detective car pulls up with a fresh coat of tomato sauce spread across the hood and windshield. A bald cop, 45, arrogant, waiting by the entrance, waves them in.
Heard you guys almost had him this morning.
The detectives get out of their car.
We think he might have found a new driver. What do you got for me?
A fucking mess.
Any fatalities?
Sure looks like it, but can't find any bodies.
Mulray catches up to them. Interior, CILLIAN penthouse entryway, continuous. The condo is filled with cops swarming like hornets. Newman, Mulray, and the bald cop enter the crime scene. Newman notices an officer holding a record reading the lyrics. She approaches and slaps him across the head.
You mind keeping your prints off my evidence, numbnuts? What the fuck is wrong with you? Give me your gun.
Confused, the young officer hands her his gun. She gives it to Mulray.
Get this butter knife out of here. I don't want to see his face the rest of the year.
Newman watches her steps as she moves through the condo.
Hey, Newman, that reminds me, I got a new one for you.
Every cop signals him not to tell the joke.
No, this one's good. What's the difference between a car tire and 365 used condoms?
I give up.
One's a good year, the other's a great year. Hey-yo!
The bald cop bursts out laughing alone.
Outstanding. Your mother must rave about you.
Interior, Killian's kitchen, continuous. Newman sees Gasser eyeing the food inside the fridge.
Gasser, what are you doing?
Dusting for prints.
I think the handle is sufficient.
Newman puts a rubber glove on to inspect a knife next to a puddle of blood.
I hate knives. Once you rinse it clean, there's absolutely no sign of where it's been or the damage it's done.
Just like my dick!
Crash. Everyone turns around and finds a broken jar of pickles at Gasser's feet. Newman notices the hint of a white object peeking out from under the fridge. She crosses over to inspect it. She tilts the object onto its side, revealing a white rabbit figurine. She wipes the blood away, showing an R printed on its belly. She smiles.
It looks to me someone has gotten themselves wedged between two rotten apples in hopes of a profit. We'll see how long he can keep his head above water. That's the thing about luck. It's a real motherfucker, and right now it looks as if someone is running a little low.
Sound of a finger tapping. Interior, exterior, station wagon, Victoria's driveway, evening. The gas indicator needle points on empty. Roland's finger taps the indicator, feeling Tyler's stare.
I know what you're thinking. It's not a sign. People run out of gas. It happens. Don't look into it. I figure we're over the hump now. It's all downhill from here. I feel it, really. It can't get any worse.
Beep, beep, beep. Roland looks in the rearview mirror. He sees Chloe's crashed Camaro being pulled into Victoria's driveway by a tow truck. Stunned, he whips around, hoping his eyes are playing tricks on him.
Wait for my cue.
The loud beeping continues as the tow truck backs up. Roland approaches Floyd, the tow truck driver, 21, dorky, doesn't belong in greasy overalls.
Hey, can I help you?
Floyd climbs out of the tow truck with paperwork.
Yeah, we got a call to return this heap to the registered address.
Roland slowly peeks to find a tarp draped across the back seat. Reluctant, Roland lifts the corner of the tarp, exposing the dead bodies of Chloe and the unknown man on the floorboard of the car, entwined in such a way they actually resemble dolls.
I'm gonna need a couple signatures and...
Floyd notices the two lifeless bodies in the car.
Oh my... Is that what I think it is?
Uh-oh. Roland clenches his fist.
I cannot believe it. I just read an article in Popular Mechanics the other day. The newest version comes out next month and has some kind of AI technology that makes them more real. Like you won't even be able to tell. I'm talking settings to even create the voice you want. It'll be as good as the real thing.
Floyd reaches down and gently touches Chloe's hair.
Even the hair will feel real. None of this fake stuff they've used on some of the older version. I mean real quality, not this brittle witch broom chicanery.
Roland is speechless as Floyd fills out the paperwork.
Hey, don't be embarrassed. We're human. There's no shame in it. Sometimes the real thing is hard to acquire. I'll be honest. I'll be honest, my guy. It's a weird place to keep them. I'd advise maybe keeping the top up. You definitely want to keep them away from the sun, but to each his own. It's cool. No judgments here. God forbid my stepdad finds mine again. I already had to replace the lips twice.
Floyd gives him the paperwork to sign. Roland nods, relieved while Floyd lowers the car.
This one's on me, my guy. I'm gonna waive the fee.
Floyd hands Roland his business card before climbing back in his truck with his signed paperwork.
You and I are the same.
Roland smiles to please Floyd so he'll leave.
Pretty close.
No. We're the same you gotta say with me, man. We're the same Say, you get me, you get me.
Roland cringes, but plays along.
AI technology. We've come a long way since blow-up dolls.
Thank God.
The tow truck drives away.
I'll be thinking of you next month.
Please don't.
Roland waves as he pulls the top back on the Camaro. Roland sees Chloe's purse with the Jack-in-the-Box toy peeking out. He slides the purse over his shoulder, sentimental. A ringtone that sounds like a dying battery goes off somewhere in the back seat. Roland pauses, confused. Is Chloe a robot? He snaps out of it, searching for the ringing device, and discovers a cell phone in a puddle of blood. He answers it.
How about we prevent future Chloes from suffering a similar fate? Or we just consider everyone you know a Chloe and proceed from there. Sooner or later, it's going to be someone you love. And something tells me you're going to feel a little different. Or you fix this and avoid collecting any more toe tags in the process. It's your choice. Look in the glove box.
Click. Roland tosses the phone, eyeing the glove box, fully aware anything could be in there. Pumping himself up, he starts rubbing his hands together.
Do it. Do it.
He swiftly opens the glove box, anticipating the worst. Inside lies a toe tag with his name on it. Roland turns it over to find an address. Monte exits Victoria's house, walking away from the mess.
This is where you come in.
Roland tosses the car keys to Monte, who catches them. The familiarity of car keys in his hands feels nostalgic. Monte hesitates, then tosses the keys back to Roland.
Good luck. I'm going home.
I'll drive. Where are we going?
A cab pulls up next to Monte. Monte glances back at Roland. This is goodbye. Monte opens the back door. Roland walks around to the passenger.
North Shore Drive. It's not far.
Tyler clumsily slides over to the driver's side.
Don't worry, we got this.
A hand stops Tyler from starting the car.
Get in the back. I'm driving.
Tyler obeys as Monte quickly climbs in the driver's seat.
Change of heart?
Monte gives Roland a death stare.
That's Samantha's address.
The station wagon abruptly pulls back from the driveway.
She's pregnant.
Francois scurries out of the house and barely gets in the back seat as they screech away. Exterior, Samantha's house, later. A peaceful suburban neighborhood. Sound of tires screeching. The station wagon comes to a violent stop in front of a home with a for sale sign. Monte jumps out of the car and hurries for the door. Roland jumps out, following after him.
Monte, wait!
Monte kicks the front door open. Interior, Samantha's house, continuous. The house is a mess.
Sam? Sam?
Roland runs inside, tripping over furniture, trying to catch up.
Monte!
Monte grabs a baseball bat from a closet and hurries for the bedroom. Light shines through the crack of the door. He rams through the door and sees CILLIAN lying on the bed watching a home video of Monte and Samantha. As Monte lifts the bat to swing, Bonham tackles Monte into the bathroom, slamming the bathroom doors shut behind him. Interior, Samantha's bathroom, continuous. Bonham shoves Monte hard. Bonham locks the bathroom door and stands firmly in front of it. Monte picks up the bat and charges Bonham swinging. Bonham catches the bat with one hand.
Where is she?
Bonham snatches the bat away from Monte and pushes him to the ground. Bonham looks like he'll swing at Monte, but shatters the bat on the bathroom counter. David versus Goliath. Interior, Samantha's bedroom, continuous. Roland enters and sees CILLIAN lying on the bed. Roland hurries to the bathroom door.
Monty!
Love to see that fire.
What did you do with her?
Slow down, take a seat. I just want us to have a few moments alone so we can discuss the present situation we're now in. Ooh, this is my favorite part.
CILLIAN turns up the volume. Roland sees the footage of Monte proposing to Samantha.
Look at his eyes. He loves her a great deal. I mean, I had an idea that true love existed, but I never actually found such an obvious account. It's beautiful. No, but I'm confused. Yeah, I can't find you anywhere in any of these videos.
Ashamed, Roland notices a small knife stuck upright in the dresser.
Where is she?
Safer than the Queen. Relax.
Roland quickly snatches the knife and grabs CILLIAN, pressing the blade against his throat.
Well, the Queen is fucking dead, so if you don't tell me where the fuck Samantha is, I swear to God, I'm gonna bury this in your throat.
When is the baby due? By the looks of her any day now, I'm guessing it's a boy. They tend to lay low in the pocket.
I'm not fucking with you.
CILLIAN leads forward towards the blade and a thin stream of blood flows down his neck.
Then do it. What makes you so fucking special, Roland? You're a fucking cartoon character running on fumes.
You don't know a fucking thing about me, you sick fuck.
I know plenty. When I was bleeding all over my new kitchen, I thought, oh, he'll never make it out of here. Surely it's hopeless. Yet here you are, and in perfect condition. Not a fucking scratch. Making me wonder if you've aligned with someone else. And on top of it, you lied to me.
I'm a lot of things, but I ain't no liar.
Monty wasn't waiting in the car. If you ordered a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, would you accept it without the jelly? Of course not. You'd fire the chef and burn down the restaurant. How are my odds looking now?
About as good as mine.
Finally! We're on the same page. I hope you still have it.
Of course I do. But that urn is the least of your worries. Why did that lunatic try to kill me?
Who? Dorian? Open your eyes, Roland. She's coming for me.
Interior, Tyler's car continues. Francois and Tyler wait in the station wagon on the lookout.
This is so stupid. Waiting inside this car while Mom goes in for some groceries. We're just sitting ducks out here.
Tyler reaches forward to press the cigarette lighter.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough feathers left to qualify as ducks.
Francois notices a burn scar on Tyler's neck just below his shirt line.
I bet that little number makes for a good story around the campfire.
Francois points to the scar.
Yeah. The last job we did, nothing went as planned. A shit show from the start. Fuck, now that I think about it, it reminds me a lot of this job. Monty was already long gone. Roland tried to pull him back in. He was good at that. When they ran things anyway.
Ran what?
Shit. If the price was right, pretty much anything under the sun. Diamonds, antiques, planes, trains. If it could be moved, they were moving it. These guys were wild. Didn't give a fuck. All caution to the wind, the lucky ones.
Is it true Roland can't drive?
Oh, he can drive just fine. He just shouldn't. Ever. Oh, he could drive just...
Sorry.
Smoke the kind with the filters. It's gentler on your throat.
Oh, he can drive just fine. He just shouldn't. Ever.
Why not?
Terrible things, man. How do you think I got this souvenir? But have I learned anything? Fuck no. If I had any sense left, I'd walk home right now. But I can't leave them hanging. Not like this. It's gotten too personal. Sometimes there comes a point you're so deep in this shit, you just have to keep moving forward.
No going back. I know what you mean.
CILLIAN's car pulls up in Samantha's driveway. Tyler and Francois drop out of view. Two gunmen in suits get out of the car and walk towards Samantha's house. Tyler peeks up and notices the guns.
They have guns. They're going inside.
Do something. We can't just sit here.
Tyler thinks fast, turns on the headlights and honks the horn. The two gunmen turn around, pointing their guns. Tyler kisses his gold amulet, starts the car and hits the gas as the two gunmen fire bullets into the windshield. Ducked down, Tyler speeds up towards them. One of the gunmen hits the windshield and goes flying in the air. The other man stays on the hood. Interior, Samantha's bedroom continues. Honking continues outside. Roland still with a blade to Killian's throat.
How deep am I?
The room is filling as we speak. But focus on the silver lining, you still have luck on your side.
Concerned, Roland releases Killian and steps away.
What's the plan, Roland? Do you even have a plan, or are you just buying time until another light bulb explodes?
Instantly, Tyler's station wagon with the gunman on the hood crashes into the bedroom, violently pinning Killian between the bed and the wall, missing Roland by a hair. Roland sees Tyler struggling to their feet on the front lawn. Unconscious, Francois lays flat on the grass.
We're gonna need a new car.
Tyler hurries to remove the keys from the dead gunman. Interior, Samantha's bedroom, continuous. Having heard the loud commotion, Bonham leans against the door and pulls out his gun. Monte grabs the large piece of the broken bat and stabs Bonham in the thigh, causing Bonham to drop his weapon. He picks up Monte, choking him in the air. On the verge of passing out, Monte kicks hard downward, breaking off the splintered bat in Bonham's leg. Bonham screams in pain, shoving Monte to the ground. Bonham struggles as he recovers his gun, prepares to shoot. Roland manages to bust through the door and jumps on Bonham's back, attempting a chokehold. Bang! A wild shot, missing Monte by inches. Roland secures the chokehold as Bonham misses another gunshot. Fading, Bonham drops to his knees. Monte takes control of the gun and presses it against his head.
Where is she?
No response. Enraged, Monte fires a round next to Bonham's ear. Bonham passes out. Roland pulls Monte away.
Let's go, Monte.
No! We can't leave. Where's Sam?
Come on! Hey, we'll find her. But we won't be able to do jack shit from a jail cell.
Roland grabs Chloe's purse with a Jack-in-the-Box toy from the front seat as he and Monte scramble out of the house through the hole where the car crashed. Exterior, interior, Samantha's driveway, Killian's car, continuous. Tyler drags Francois by the hands and shoves him into the back seat of Killian's car. He hurries around the other side and jumps into the back seat, stunned to find Falcon Brute sitting in silence between them, with Francois passed out on his shoulder. Tyler removes his sunglasses to have a better look. He notices the large brass knuckles. Roland and Monte jump in the front seats.
What the fuck is this?
Monte starts the car as Roland turns around.
I've been wondering that myself.
Monte peels away as Bonham limps out of the house, firing shots at them. Monte pops the trunk to block the bullets as they speed down the street. Inside the trunk, Samantha, 30, pregnant, girl next door. Terrified, stays low, trying to avoid the bullets. Interior, exterior, Killian's car continuous. Monte swerves around a few corners. He pulls over next to a wooded area, white-knuckling the steering wheel. Silence. Everyone but Francois in a state of shock. Tyler smacks Francois awake.
Close the trunk.
Francois bolts out of the car. Francois approaches the trunk and sees Samantha escaping into the misty, dark woods. He staggers to grab his ankle gun.
Hey! Stop!
He falls back as he aims in her direction. Samantha continues running away. Roland gets out of the car and sees Francois on his ass. Roland notices a figure running through the fog in the dark woods.
Who the fuck was that?
Francois shrugs.
Well, don't just sit there and watch. Go get him!
Francois scrambles up and takes off after Samantha. Monte gets out of the car.
What's taking so fucking long? My fiance is still missing.
What a fucking snail. I'm on it.
Roland runs off. Monte goes to close the trunk. He recognizes Samantha's scarf inside. Stunned, he picks it up and smells it. He turns to Roland, running into the dark woods.
Samantha?
Monte takes off running after them.
Samantha!
Now, Tyler gets out of the car, joint in mouth, oblivious of the situation. He watches his partners running away.
Hey, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
He taps his pockets for a lighter.
You don't happen to have a light on you, do you?
Exterior, forest, continuous. Out of breath, Francois catches up to Samantha with the gun still in his hand.
Stop! Damn it! Stop running, will you?
Terrified, Samantha runs for her life. Francois grabs her by the shoulder. She whips around, kicks him in the crotch, and follows her with a hard punch to the nose. Francois goes down in agony, accidentally firing off a shot. Monte hears the gunshot as he's running.
Samantha!
Roland hears Monte and realizes who they're running after.
Frank, don't shoot!
Francois cowers in a fetal position. Samantha picks up the gun and points it at Francois. Roland comes running.
Don't do it, Samantha.
Startled, Samantha looks up and fires 2 shots at Roland as he dives behind a tree.
Don't shoot, Samantha. It's Roland.
Roland?
Monte comes running up as she fires another shot, nearly hitting him. Monte drops to the ground.
Whoa! Baby, it's me!
Monty!
Overwhelmed, she passes out and falls on Francois with her head landing on his hands, covering his nose. Interior, exterior, Killian's car, later. Reclined in the front seat, Tyler smokes his joint in deep thought.
All I know for sure, life is precious. You ever think about the word Thursday? Like, what does that mean? You know? Why did they decide to call it that? Or Wednesday, for that matter? Somehow, Sunday makes sense. You know, the sun is out, shining, the day of rest. But, you know...
Tyler stops himself and sits up and turns to Falcon Brute, who hasn't moved an inch.
You know what I like about you? You're a good listener. No one listens anymore. They don't take the time. You don't feel the need to fill the air with pointless nonsense, and I really appreciate it.
Sounds of leaves and twigs cracking in the forest. Tyler gets out of the car and sees Monte appearing out of the fog with Samantha in his arms.
You found a girl in the woods?
Monte walks past him, silent. More leaves and twigs cracking call for Tyler's attention. Roland emerges from the fog, carrying Francois, unconscious in his arms. Roland walks to Tyler and forces Francois into his arms, as Tyler slides Francois on one side in the back seat.
Really? No comment? Nothing on this?
Roland reaches inside and uses the leash to lead Falcon Brute out of the car. He gingerly places the leash over the Brute's shoulder.
Wait. I'm not going anywhere until someone tells me what the fuck is going on.
The car drives off, leaving Tyler and Falcon Brute standing next to each other on the side of the road. The car stops and backs up. The trunk pops open.
Choose your battles wisely, my friend.
Tyler sheepishly climbs into it. The car speeds off, leaving the Falcon Brute standing alone on the side of the road. Interior, yacht, night. Roland, Tyler, and Francois look down at something, intrigued.
Is he dead?
He's not dead. He's sleeping.
Who sleeps like that?
Dead people sleep like that.
Dead people don't sleep. Wyatt! Wake up!
All three men stare, mystified. Wyatt, 50, former pro surfer, passed out. Roland opens Wyatt's eyelid. He slaps Wyatt hard. Tyler flinches at the thought of the pain.
Check his pulse.
Tyler reaches over.
I'm not feeling anything.
That's his earlobe, Einstein.
What the fuck do you want from me? I'm not a doctor.
If I told you to take his temperature, would you stick your toe up his ass?
A parrot lands on the window ledge, wearing a severed finger as a pendant around his neck. They all take notice.
Rah, fuck you, I'm Batman.
Wyatt wakes up, seeing three men towering over him. He freaks out and responds by pulling out a small harpoon gun. The three men duck, taking cover. Wyatt falls back, firing off the harpoon. Monte walks in as the harpoon hits the wall inches from his head. Monte stares at it in the final wobble.
Roland? Christ, man, why do you just knock?
I did knock, Wyatt. And he didn't have a finger around his neck last time I was here. It's unsettling.
I earned it.
Wyatt points with his finger nub.
Yeah, you did.
Fair and square.
Oh, where's my manners? I'm Wyatt.
Wyatt extends his hand.
You guys hungry?
Francois.
Well, you can check the fridge, but I doubt it. Foie gras, that's a fancy friend you got there.
Wyatt smiles and gives Roland a big hug and kisses him on the forehead.
God damn it, I thought you were dead.
Wyatt sticks his finger nub into the bullet hole in Roland's shirt. He notices a scratch. Wyatt pours whiskey on it as Roland tries not to flinch.
Kinda close, aren't we? What's with the posse? You guys selling cookies or something?
More like our souls.
Well, any friend of Roland is a friend of mine, man. I extend a certain allowance for newcomers for the first hour or so, then if I don't like you, well, you know.
Wyatt is silent for a moment, then laughs out loud.
I'm just fucking with you, man. Hey, sorry about that itchy finger. No harm, no foul, right? You can't expect a cat not to scratch when startled.
Wyatt walks over to Monte.
But seriously, I tie a cinder block around your ankles and they won't find you for months, maybe years. Have you ever seen Goonies?
Scary.
Yeah, it's science.
Wyatt yanks the harpoon out and places it in Monte's hand. He walks over to the sink and scrubs his armpits with a soap bar.
So what sort of shit has hit the fan to be graced with your presence, boys.
The kind that stinks. We're just gonna lay low and collect ourselves. No trouble.
No trouble. Trying to pull the wool over these eyes, you sly devil. If you're here, I know you brought at least a little with you, or it's coming. It's probably nipping at your heels right this second.
Wyatt walks over to Roland and squeezes his cheeks.
But it's all good, brother. Trouble's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm bored out of my fucking mind. What good's a boat with no waves?
Roland pulls Wyatt by the arm into the next room.
You're kind of pinching me.
Interior, yacht bedroom, continuous. Roland leads Wyatt inside and closes the door as Wyatt plops down in a hammock.
What the fuck, Wyatt? You sold me off to a fucking maniac.
Relax, it can't be that bad.
But fuck you, it is that bad.
How bad?
Bad.
Brother bad?
Roland stares silently.
Oh, that is bad.
Roland paces.
Did you run?
Roland resists the urge to choke Wyatt and leaves, slamming the door behind him. Exterior, Victoria's neighborhood, later night. Roland and Monte pull up in Killian's car in front of a house. They sneak up quietly towards Victoria's house through the neighbors' backyards.
How do you know it's still here?
I told Victoria to put it in the safe. And she was a man of her word.
After this, I'm done. For good.
Uh-huh.
I'm serious. Uh-huh. It's gotten way too out of control.
Before Roland can answer,
I got a dead psycho squished between my mattress. Samantha is probably gonna leave me when she realizes the shit sandwich she's been rolled into. I am fucking done. Tonight, we finish this.
Yeah. I got it.
Do you? Do you? Because it seems to be a recurring theme with you that I have to repeat myself a lot.
But this is a partnership.
Was?
Hey, we had something good going.
Yeah, I know we did. But all things change, Roland. All chapters lead to new ones. This is a new one for me. I'm gonna have a child. It can no longer be about me. Or even you.
Roland scuffs.
Huh. And what kind of time frame are we looking at here?
18 years, at least.
18 years? What am I supposed to do for 18 years? You're the only family I got. Without you, what do I have? All the luck in the world and no one to share it with.
God, you need a girlfriend.
No, I need a friend.
I'm not your friend, Roland. I'll never be your friend.
That's right, because we're brothers through thick and thin, yeah.
Roland offers out his hand. Unable to resist, Monte smiles and grips his hand tight.
Through thick and thin. We'll figure it all out. I promise.
Roland and Monte approach Victoria's patio door. Roland pulls out a fancy lock-picking kit.
Uncle Roland. That has a nice ring to it.
Can we just live through this first, please?
Deal.
Hold on. They could be in there waiting for us.
It's possible.
Interior, Victoria's house, continuous. Flashlight in hand, Roland creeps down the hallway. He glances back and sees a figure passing by.
Monte?
Roland continues on into the bedroom. Interior, Victoria's bedroom, continuous. Roland opens the safe in the closet, removes the urn, and exits the room. Interior, Victoria's kitchen, continuous. Monte is on the lookout, peeking through the blinds. Roland walks in, studying the urn.
I'm surprised the nutbag didn't just keep it stuffed up his ass like some bug.
Monte turns to him.
What did you just say?
Difficult to fit, I guess.
Let me see that thing.
Monte grabs the urn.
Oh, you want to try?
Monte is unamused. He slides his hand around the edges. He flips it over.
It's an urn. It don't need instructions.
Everything has fine print if you look close enough.
Monte slides a small lever by accident, revealing a hidden compartment concealing a GPS bug with a red blinking light.
Oh, and the fine print is everything.
They both stare as the red light flashes on their face.
He's had the jump on us all this time. What kind of sick game was he playing?
A dangerous one. You gotta remember, the cat doesn't kill the mouse right away. He wounds him, lets him bleed for a while, and just keeps him around for amusement.
Roland and Monte look at each other, registering the fear. Roland snatches the bug and crushes it under his shoe.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
They exit. The breeze from the door reveals a wounded Killian, hidden beneath a curtain, struggling to release the falcon brute's wrath, but the leash is tangled in the curtain. Defeated, Killian gives up and lets go of the leash. He notices the red light of the crushed bug fading on the floor. Killian sinks his head in his hands.
Mom, you gotta give me a sign.
After a moment, he hits the wall in anger. A single picture frame falls from the wall while the numerous others remain in place. The breaking of the frame draws Cillian's attention. He reaches down and pulls the photo from the broken glass, revealing Roland on the yacht named It's a Sign. A profound sense of renewed hope fills Cillian. Fade to white. Super. If you chase two rabbits, both will escape. End of second episode.
Lunch is outside. Let's get back at about 1:35. That's right. Lunch isn't back where you came in. Please refresh yourselves. Thank you so much.
Last we left off, two young ruffians were being escorted out of the police precinct.
We weren't that bad. Just typical 9-year-olds.
Hey, I wouldn't say typical. And you might want to plug your ears for this. Monte went to all his father's races except for one, and that was the one that he died. And he was still betting against him. That's when I took on his debt. Fast forward a little bit. So we survived a rolling van, stole some sweet old lady's car.
Borrowed.
Yep, that's right. She lent it to us. And by a stroke of good fortune, we all made it back to Victoria's to find out the UPS woman is actually an assassin related to the Cherry brothers. But being a fan of my style, she took it upon herself to grant some leniency and gave me 24 hours to give the urn to her father, Jameson. Meanwhile, detectives NEWMAN and Maury discover my calling card in Cillian's kitchen.
I told you it was stupid to leave those rabbits everywhere you go.
The good ones always have a thing. That's my thing. Cillian, being the thoughtful guy that he is, decided to return Chloe's car with Chloe, God bless her soul, and whatever the fuck his name was on the back seat. Both bodies covered with a tarp.
Oh yeah, and that's when you and your new best bud, Floyd, bonded over the high-tech sex robot frontier.
Yeah, luckily. So, Cillian kidnapped Samantha, Monte's fiancée. Touchy subject.
'Cause she's 9 months pregnant.
Hey, but it went well. Well enough, anyway.
It went horrible.
Hey, keep your chin up. Thanks to Tailor and Francois' quick thinking, it worked out, so we managed to escape with her in the trunk.
But we found her in the woods, Roland, and she almost killed both of us.
Almost. So this is where we reunite with the source of our troubles. The guy who got me into this trap, my old pal WYATT. His yacht is always a good place to lay low. At this point, the top priority was to get the urn back from Victoria's place. Monte discovered that Cillian had the damn thing bugged the whole time. Could have been worse. We're lucky Cillian's leash got tangled in those curtains. The gods were looking out for us. Huh, Monte? Trust the process.
Interior exterior, yacht bedroom number 2 continuous. Through the yacht window, a radiant full moon illuminates the sky. Monte lays down on the bed, exhausted. Samantha gently rubs his chest.
I had a horrible dream. I'd been taken by these strange men that were looking for Roland in an urn, and they locked me in a trunk. I remember running. A man speaking French was chasing me through the woods, and it was dark. It was very dark. At one point, I had a gun, and I nearly shot Roland.
Samantha opens her eyes.
And you.
She notices the strange surroundings.
Where are we?
Listen to me. Maybe you should lay down.
I am laying down.
It wasn't a dream.
Samantha embraces Monte hard.
I almost killed you.
But you didn't. I'm fine. We're fine. That bullet wasn't even close.
What's going on? I thought you were done with all of this.
I am.
What do you call this?
Closure?
Roland eavesdropping through the crack of the door.
Oh, what job did he talk you into this time?
It's not a job, baby. It's a situation, and it's all gonna be over soon. No more running.
No more running? How are you gonna square that circle? Roland's never going to stop. He can't, or all the bad luck will eventually find him.
Roland walks away and exits the yacht. Exterior, Marina gas station, night. Roland processes Samantha's words as he walks toward the entrance. He glances at a figure sitting on a bench before entering. He pops back out, realizing it's Dorian.
Can I get you something? Maybe some cookies? I doubt they're gonna be fresh.
Dorian stares at him sternly.
It would be dumb of me to run right now, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Sensing she's not in a playful mood, Roland walks over to sit next to her.
It's not here.
That's what you said last time.
And I meant it. Well, actually, I was lying before.
But you're telling the truth now?
Sort of. What's the entire truth anyway? Is there such a thing?
Of course there is. That's why there's fiction. And that's all you're giving me right now. Not sure it's advisable to tickle the nuclear codes if you catch my drift. And I have to take something back with me.
Like a handwritten note?
More like a hand.
My hand?
Roland looks at his hand.
Wait, the whole hand?
Lots of people manage with just one hand. You don't drive anyway. Almost anything can be done with the dominant one. It won't be so bad. Look on the bright side. You got the first 30 years with both. That's pretty lucky. Besides, what would Jameson think of me if I returned with just a finger?
You were gonna take just a finger.
Oh, initially.
An awkward silence.
You fucking with me.
Of course I am. That would be heinous if I took your hand.
She stands up to leave.
Jesus, I really had you going, didn't I? I'm a ruthless killer, but I'm not a monster.
What are you even doing here? I have until tomorrow.
I got antsy. Too many close calls for my taste.
Dorian walks away.
So, what are you gonna tell your dad?
She looks back at him.
What I told him last time. I couldn't catch him.
Dorian slips into the night like a shadow, leaving Roland mystified.
Fucking ninjas.
Interior, Marina gas station, continuous. Roland heads straight for the fridge. He checks the dates on the cartons of milk, picks the very last one in the back. As he turns the corner in mid-gulp, he notices AMELIA, the woman from the police station, at the counter. Love-struck, Roland immediately retreats behind a rack of potato chips. He peeks up to stare at her longingly. She senses his stare and glances back just as Roland ducks down. After a moment of hiding, he sees his reflection in the fridge door and starts rehearsing.
Hey, Amelia. It's good to see you at the police station.
He shakes his head.
No, that's stupid.
He starts over.
Hey, it's you. I was hoping I'd read.
He sees her reflection behind him in the fridge door. He quickly tries to escape the embarrassment.
Oh, what was it they wanted? What was it? A Snapple or Dr. Pepper? Fuck. They can get it themselves.
He turns to face Amelia, and feigning surprise.
Amelia!
Charmed, she spares him the humiliation.
It's been a long time.
Sparks are flying. Interior, yacht bedroom number 1, continuous. Roland and Amelia with hands passionately racing on each other's bodies.
I want you to know I don't do this sort of thing often.
But do I look easy?
She pins him against the wall, making the urn tip over.
Is that a fucking urn?
I believe so.
She begins to undress, starting with her shoes.
Yeah. Are there ashes in it?
Roland takes off his shoes.
Beats me. But it wouldn't be much of an urn without him. It'd be like a vase.
He stops mid-pant leg.
Wait, vase or vase?
Amelia slides off her pants.
You really never looked?
She picks up the urn as Roland struggles with his pants at his ankles.
Wait, whoa. Isn't that bad luck? Won't that release some kind of spirit or something? Like, the last thing I need right now is some ancient curse.
It's not a genie in a bottle. The body was cremated. You're fine.
She removes the lid and they both look inside, as though peering down a well.
He or she?
He. I think.
You think you don't even know who this is?
He closes the urn and places it back on the dresser.
I don't ask questions when I'm afraid of the answer.
They start kissing each other again.
So is it a practice of yours to babysit urns?
No, actually, this is a first.
Don't you think that's a bit odd?
What is odd these days?
It's a little creepy.
Yet, here you are.
Amelia pulls Roland towards her. We stay on the urn as it begins to slowly vibrate across the dresser. Later, dawn. Sound of shower running. Roland wakes up. He slides his arm across the bed, searching for Amelia. He gets up and yawns his way to the bathroom, looking at himself in the mirror. He takes a deep breath.
Look, I don't want to be that guy spilling out his guts the morning after because he had some great awakening. But last night was special for me. It felt real for the first time in a long time, longer than I can remember. In fact, I'm not even sure I knew what this feeling was before last night. I just want to be honest with you. Only the truth. And the truth doesn't always present itself accurately. What is wrong sometimes feels right. What is right never feels wrong. Honesty wasn't exactly a family heirloom handed down when I was a kid. I remember my dad saying to my mom, "Baby, you're my cotton candy." And then he turned to me and say, "Cotton candy never fills you up, boy. It's just air, just fluff. Oh, in the moment, it's sweet, all right, but it vanishes as soon as you taste it. And the flavor never lasts. It gets in the way and distracts your hunger. You need to find something that fulfills you, leaves you satisfied. And that ain't easy." And then he'd leave for months, only to come back for a night and say the same damn thing before leaving all over again.
A beat.
"You're not cotton candy. I know that in my bones." What I'm trying to say is...
Roland has difficulty saying the words.
I love you! I've always loved you.
Silence. Roland waits for a response. He cringes, thinking he said too much. After a moment, he gently slides the curtain to reveal an empty shower.
What the...
Confused, he wanders out and begins looking for Amelia throughout the yacht. He re-enters the bedroom, puzzled. His eyes grow wide. The urn is gone. Interior, yacht living room continuous. Roland frantically shuffles through the cabinets and tosses the sofa. Roland frantically shuffles through cabinets and tosses the sofa cushions. Monte approaches.
What the hell are you looking for?
Roland plays it down.
I'm not looking for anything. It's here.
No, forget it. I don't even want to know. At least it's not the urn.
Roland continues his search as Monte leaves. After a few moments, Monte returns.
It's not the urn, is it?
Roland stops.
Roland, look at me.
Roland slowly turns around to face Monte.
Tell me it's not the urn.
Roland deflates, heartbroken.
It's not the urn.
Monte resists getting angry.
I'm gonna make us a drink.
Exterior, yacht deck, moments later. Wrapped in a bedsheet, Roland stares at the storm in the horizon. He smells the bedsheet where Amelia slept. Drinks in hand, Monte walks up and sits next to him.
We gave it a shot, didn't we? Hell, no one wins them all.
Monte shoots back the liquor.
Can't believe you let that old lady drive.
She was pretty good.
A beat.
What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna wake up Samantha, take what little savings I got, head straight to Mexico, and take things slow for a long while. A long while. You?
Roland squeezes the bedsheet tight.
I think I'm cursed. If you could put a cherry on top of my impending doom, she would be it. They say the first cut is the deepest. That shit's fucking true. I never had a chance. She ripped right through me. It was like...
Lightning.
Roland and Monte spin around, surprised to see Amelia standing on the deck, holding the urn. Lightning crashes. Fade to exterior, Cherry's barn. Lightning in the distance as a storm rolls in. Jameson, wielding an axe, cuts down a large tree with fury. A tombstone is next to the tree. It reads, Fiona Cherry.
The twins' father was dying from cancer. Jameson received the news and was crushed by the coming loss. For over a year, he devoted himself to carving a coffin.
The tree falls.
It would be his masterpiece.
Interior, Cherry's barn. Jameson cuts the first details into the massive trunk that will become his father's coffin.
He worked his soul into those splinters, racing against time. When he finished, he showed only one person. CILLIAN.
Exterior, desert, dusk. William Cherry lays in the wooden coffin. The lid slowly slides over him.
But on the day of their father's death, CILLIAN signed for the release of the body.
CILLIAN steps back. He lights a cigar. He tosses the match and the coffin ignites in flames.
CILLIAN stole the body and the coffin from Jameson and reduced them both to ashes.
The fire whips up in frenzy.
Out of spite.
Interior, Cherry House bathroom. CILLIAN, as an adult, huddled against the bathtub where his mother died, holds his deceased mother's hand, crying like a child.
All for the shame Jameson branded him with after their mother's death.
Exterior, cherry house, front porch. Jameson stands motionless.
Like a trophy or some twisted talisman, CILLIAN taunts his brother with their father's remains locked away in the urn.
An intricate corner piece of the burnt coffin sits in front of Jameson.
Whoa, whoa. Let's rewind here for a second.
Which part?
Exterior, drive-in diner, morning. We follow a waitress in roller skates carrying a tray of food until she arrives at CILLIAN's car window. She hands the order to Roland, Monte, and Amelia.
All of it. You're telling me you're sent by Jameson to reclaim the urn?
You're a quick one, Monty. He didn't want things to get any messier and was concerned Dorian's temperament might become an issue. He thought I could just slip in and get it.
Slipped into my sheets instead.
I most certainly did.
So, let me get this straight. You seduced Roland.
Amelia grabs a hot fry from the bag.
Technically, I did that 30 years ago.
Steal the urn, realize on the drive back you're madly in love with him. Still madly in love with him, and decide to return and confess everything?
More or less.
Then take us to Jameson.
Not a chance. I just betrayed him. But you guys should probably strongly consider giving it back to him. CILLIAN's crazed, and he'll chase you to the ends of the earth if he wants something from you.
Not to worry. We pinned a tail on that donkey.
Yeah, we did.
Roland and Monte high five. Amelia has her doubts.
Red sky at morning, sailors take warning.
I knew you looked familiar, but why would a thief, a good one, be working at the police station? That doesn't make any sense.
Really? Ugh, I expected more from you, Monty. If you're planning on stealing honey, the best place to be is the hive.
Hard to argue with that.
Monty starts the car and backs up, revealing NEWMAN and Maury munching down on their breakfast, parked a couple spots away.
We're never gonna find Roland with the standard process. It's tired and old. If we really want to catch him, we're gonna have to start thinking like him, do as he would do. No more getting tangled in the branches. We have to go for the trunk of the tree.
You know, I'm not gonna drink the Kool-Aid, if that's what you mean. You start putting on the wolf's fur, you'll quickly forget you're a sheep.
We don't have to be sheep, Maury. That's my point. Why not be a fox and outsmart them all? We don't have to drink their Kool-Aid, that's not what I'm saying. But we should definitely open our eyes.
Maury nods as he looks around with a fresh set of eyes. Interior, ice rink arena, morning. Roland walks in carrying Chloe's purse, followed by Monte and Amelia as a youth hockey practice is underway.
Are you gonna tell me what we're doing here? We don't exactly have leisure time, Roland. Time is of the essence. Does that mean anything to you?
People start acknowledging Roland as they pass by.
Back on the ice. Good to see you, Roland, my man.
Since when do you play hockey?
Since always. Here's a little tribute for that big brain of yours. The slaves that escaped Canada were pioneers in inventing the sport.
Take that again. The slaves who escaped to Canada.
Oh, yeah. Since always, here's a little tribute for that big brain of yours. The slaves that escaped to Canada were pioneers in inventing the sport.
Pioneers, huh? I never saw you play hockey.
I never saw you jerk off.
Touché.
Monte catches Amelia's look. He shrugs.
Some things are hard to give up.
Spare me the details.
Monte is about to speak. Amelia holds up her hand.
I believe you, it was hard.
Yeah, it was.
Details!
They arrive to Roland's locker. Roland turns the dial.
It'll be safe here.
You have a locker?
I have skates too, Monte.
Roland opens the locker and places the purse inside as Monte scans the crowd on the lookout.
Look, the only leverage we have are these ashes. We can't fuck this up.
Roland closes the locker when Monte notices BONHAM staring at him on the far side of the ice rink.
It's coming with us.
God damn it, you're not listening.
Roland turns to see what Monte and Amelia are staring at. BONHAM and CILLIAN scrambling towards them. Shit. BONHAM opens the rink door to cut across the ice, interrupting the game. Roland struggles to open the locker.
A little faster, Roland!
It's not working.
No time for humor, you just opened it.
I'm aware of that, Monte, but it's not working now.
Roland realizes he's on the wrong dial. Monte notices Roland move one locker over.
Don't get mad.
I'm not mad, I'm worried.
Roland spins the correct dial.
It could happen to anyone.
No one. It could happen to no one.
Roland grabs Chloe's purse.
You guys are professionals, right?
We were.
They acknowledge the two different tones.
Things change fast, don't they?
They take off running. BONHAM continues his struggle on the ice. Roland slams a $50 bill against the glass.
$50 for the first one that nails him.
The kids immediately start sending slap shots in BONHAM's direction. A puck ricochets hard across Bonham's head, putting him down.
Dunlop, you suck cock!
Bonham gets up like Frankenstein. All the players scatter, except for the kid who landed the shot. Seized with fear, he watches Bonham approach. Bonham grabs him, lifts him up, and prepares to slam him down on the ice.
What are you doing?
Bonham hesitates and looks at Cillian.
That's just a child. Set him down.
Bonham obeys the order and lowers the kid, who skates off, emotionally shaken.
The urn. It's all that matters.
Bonham continues on his way. Exterior, ice rink, continuous. Roland, Monte, and Amelia quickly climb into Cillian's car before driving off. Exterior, interior, phone booth, continuous. Cillian's car is hidden behind a large billboard on the side of the road. Roland, Monte, and Amelia are crammed inside the phone booth.
Give me a quarter.
Monte struggles to fish for a quarter from his pocket.
I don't have a quarter.
Amelia searches her pocket.
This is not how I imagined it. You guys are so unprepared. The Rubas are absolute bullshit.
That's why they're rumors, sweetheart.
Hey, we're a little rusty, okay?
She finds a quarter and hands it to Roland. Roland is about to slide the quarter into the payphone.
What are you gonna tell him?
Annoyed, Roland hesitates.
Great. I just went blank. I had it all worked out, too.
What is there to think about? Tell him you want to bring him the urn, and your troubles are over.
You haven't spent a lot of time with Roland, have you?
Roland shoves Monte out of the phone booth. Monte presses his face against the glass.
The trouble picks up right where it left off. No slack in the line. Seamless.
Roland slides the quarter into the slot and dials.
Any advice?
Be confident, but humble. Be direct, but subtle. Jameson is a human lie detector, so it's best to be honest. But not too honest. He'll sense weakness, so don't let your voice crack. And don't say please. Whatever you do, don't say that.
Roland nods.
Jameson Cherry, please.
Amelia gives him 2 sarcastic thumbs up for reassurance. Outside, Monte pulls out an image of his baby's ultrasound.
Don't worry, it's gonna be a clean slate for you.
Roland and Amelia exit the phone booth.
7 p.m. tonight. Our troubles are over. And we might even come out of this with a few dollars under our pillow.
They look at Cillian's car.
Got any ideas for a new ride?
They all stare and ponder. Reluctant, Roland shakes his head as he removes the tow truck driver's business card out of his pocket.
I'm gonna need another quarter.
Interior, yacht kitchen, day. A quarter lands into a winning pot in the center of a table. Tyler, Francois, and WYATT are in the midst of a serious poker game. The silence is deafening. The stakes seem high. WYATT pours whiskey for everyone.
Look, you don't need an ace in your deck to win. Just convince everyone it's there. Life, like cards, is a winded bluff. A gauntlet of bullshitters. Keep them guessing long enough. They start questioning themselves, and eventually, they'll fold.
The wasted wisdom of an old man. How's this for convincing?
Tyler lays his cards down, revealing 2 aces.
But it was a good speech, WYATT. I was moved.
Fuck yourself.
WYATT tosses his cards. He pours another glass of whiskey. WYATT forces it in Francois' face, but he knocks it away with disgust.
Get that nasty shit out of my face.
You nitwit! That's gonna put hair on your balls, forging you into a man! God, they don't make them like they used to.
WYATT shoots back the whiskey. Sounds of footsteps above on the deck of the yacht. Francois shoots back the shot of liquid courage. Tyler creeps toward the stairs as WYATT bumps the table, causing a bottle to wobble. Francois catches it before it hits the ground. Moment of relief. The parrot lands near on a window.
Right, fuck you, I'm Batman.
The 3 men halt and look at the bird, waiting to see his next move.
Right, we're in the Batcave down here. Right.
Tyler makes his way up the stairs. WYATT creeps behind him with a harpoon gun.
On 3.
WYATT nods. Tyler counts to 3, opens the door, and sees no one.
What do you see?
Now relaxed, Tyler shrugs. Tyler loses his footing and tumbles down the stairs on WYATT. Above the stairs, Victoria and a group of girls peek down at the 2 men lying on top of each other.
Hi.
Exterior, phone booth, day. Roland, Monte, and Amelia wait by Cillian's car under the scorching sun. Beep, beep, beep. Roland perks up. FLOYD pulls up with a white Volkswagen Rabbit hooked up behind his tow truck, happy to see Roland.
Well. 2 peas. in a pod.
Roland cringes.
You two are close, huh?
Bear with me. I'll explain later.
I'm good.
Floyd lowers the car and catches Roland reluctantly peeking in the back seat, afraid of what he might find.
Don't worry, I don't travel with them. Not on weekdays.
Roland is relieved.
Who?
As Floyd approaches,
You don't want to know.
Roland and I just happen to play with the same toys.
nervous, Roland feels Amelia's cold stare.
Not true. We don't.
Interesting. What kind of toys?
The fun kind. By the way, I'm looking to hang it up on this tow-in racket. If you were serious about needing some help in the future, I'm your guy. I was meant for the action, life on the edge, fortune favors the bold, that sort of thing.
You sure? It's not too late to pull out.
The only thing that pulls out in my house is a sofa bed.
Charming.
Floyd offers Roland the keys.
No, not me. He's driving.
Monte reaches for the keys. Floyd holds them back.
My car, my rules.
On Roland, Monte, and Amelia, wary of what the rules might be. Cut to Monte in the driver's seat, Roland and Amelia as passengers. Floyd squats down by the driver's window.
Now watch her in third. She gets a little ornery. I'm still working on it. But don't worry, she won't bite. And keep that clutch tight. Trust me, you don't want her to get out from under you.
Monte does his best to keep calm, staring ahead with his eyes closed.
Hey, snap out of it. Are you paying attention? This is no joke. Driving is no joke. So focus here.
Roland hides his amusement, catching Monte's attention.
Don't look at me. You should be paying attention.
Monte turns back to Floyd.
When she starts to loosen up, shove her back in second. She's a cranky old bitch. But she'll burn like a rocket once she warms up to you.
Is that it?
That about does it. She cuts on a dime. So be wary on corners. She likes them sharp.
Yeah, I think I can take it from here.
Glad I can help. And remember,
driving is no joke.
You're a quick study, Daniel-san. Don't go drive her off a cliff.
Roland and Monte laugh hysterically. Keys turning in the ignition. Car engine rumbles. Tires burning. Volkswagen Rabbit logo peels away. Exterior, cliff, day. A white car drives off a high cliff and crashes down below. A crowd cheers and claps for the car launch event. Newman and Maury stand next to the bum, hostage at the police station earlier. Bum throws his ticket down.
God damn it, another 30 down the drain.
The three walk through the crowd.
My partner tells me you've known Roland for some time.
I mean, we didn't swap diapers in Sunday school or anything like that, but yeah, I know Roland as well as anyone could. Son of a bitch still owes me money.
Tell her what you told me about a job he was considering.
He said he was given a proposition he couldn't refuse.
Too tempting to pass up?
Exactly.
Or too good to be true?
Probably right again.
Did he mention any names?
Only thing he ever said was, baby squirrel.
Could be code for something.
Newman is amazed by Maury's stupidity.
You think? I was considering looking him up in the phone book.
Maury senses her sarcasm.
He did mention he was desperate to get his partner involved. I had heard a lot of rumors about him, but never actually met the man. Something with an M.
Monte?
Damn, right again.
Any ideas where we might find Roland?
It's a sign.
That's what we were thinking. The odds of our paths crossing, it's...
No, that's the name of his friend's boat. It's a sign. If I had to guess, that's where he'll be.
A loud buzzer goes off.
I like your odds. Quick, heads or tails?
Tails.
Interior, yacht kitchen, late afternoon. Drunk, Francois pushes a small matchbox car as it rolls off the table, a symbolic metaphor for his life. Francois bounces a quarter into a glass. All the guests around erupt in a cheer.
Woo!
A hand with a leather leash wrapped around it reaches over.
Hold on 1 second. Let's do the cheer. Like he bounces it into the thing, and it's like score, foot. What is it? Touchdown. Goal.
Score football.
Score football.
Points. Francois bounces a quarter into a glass. All the guests around erupt in a cheer. A hand with a leather leash wrapped around reaches over, steals the winning glass. Cillian shoots the whiskey back. Cillian pours 2 more glasses and slides one towards Francois. They toast.
You look like shit. What's your story?
Similar to yours, I'd say.
Was a man without a story. Looks to me his is even worse. This has to be explained. Can he even see?
Francois waves his hand at the Falcon Brute.
I'm his guide, and it all comes down to trust. Hey, where's Roland? Monty said he'd be here.
A little trip.
Interesting. He takes time off while business is booming?
That's putting it mildly. What it is a clusterfuck.
Oh, do tell.
Francois leans in closer.
A fucking lunatic is trying to steal his own father's urn.
You don't say.
A real Fruit Loop. A total nut job. Probably wasn't loved by his mom, that sort of thing. So pathetic.
Killian's grip tightens around the leather leash.
An urn, huh?
Yep. That's why I'm here. To keep an eye on it until he returns.
It's here.
Yes? Why yes?
On the boat, right now.
Francois points up to the ceiling.
Right above us.
Francois takes a swig, then looks over, noticing Killian and the Falcon Brute are gone. He looks around for him.
That was rude.
Interior, yacht hallway, continuous. Tyler knocks on a door. He hears laughing and giggling on the other side. Frustrated, he knocks louder. Wyatt opens the door, wearing a hockey helmet with a sticker that reads, "The Cherry Pickers," on its side. Naked folks celebrate in the background.
You rang?
Look, we have a serious problem.
Wyatt comes out of the room, closes the door behind.
Define serious.
Wyatt, look around. This place is a fucking circus.
It's good to see some life up in here. I'm failing to see the problem.
We have to get these people out of here, like now. We're only complicating the situation. We're here to help.
You're right. Even the naked ones?
Everyone.
Okay, I'll meet you downstairs in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
That's what I said. I'm a man of my word. See you in 10 minutes.
Wyatt closes the door in Tyler's face. Interior, yacht bedroom number 1, continuous. Killian searches the room with Falcon Brute standing by his side. He tosses clothes out of the closet wildly. He removes and empties all the drawers, one and one. He opens the last drawer. There waits the urn. Interior, yacht hallway, continuous. Wyatt proudly exits his room with his hockey helmet on. Sounds of Killian's sinister laughter. Wyatt freezes. Interior, yacht bedroom number 1, continuous. Killian laughs hysterically as he gives the urn a gentle kiss. Wyatt jumps on Killian's back and grabs him in a chokehold. Killian drops the urn. Falcon Brute stands motionless. Killian lunges back, smashing Wyatt into the wall. Killian struggles to reach the Falcon Brute's lead, with Wyatt still around his neck.
Belongs to me!
Killian pulls out a knife and swings over his shoulder, deflecting off Wyatt's helmet. Twice. The third attempt gets stuck in the face grill, a hair away from Wyatt's iris. Unable to retrieve his knife, Killian lunges forward, reaching the leather leash. Interior, yacht living room, continuous. Slow-mo. Wyatt runs through the party terrified, urn in hand. Maskless, the Falcon Brute emerges in pursuit. Tyler's surprised to see Wyatt coming.
He's early.
Wyatt shoves the urn in Tyler's arms as he runs by. Confused, Tyler looks up and sees the Falcon Brute charging like a bulldozer from the crowd. Tyler takes off after Wyatt. Interior, yacht living room, continuous. People run around like chickens trying to escape. Victoria and Francois help Samantha make her way out as she screams in labor pain.
Ah! Where is Monty?
Wyatt and Tyler run past them.
Run! That's not good.
Exterior, yacht front deck, continuous. Falcon Brute gains on Wyatt and Tyler, swinging his massive brass knuckles, knocking people over like bowling pins.
Split up!
Wyatt turns right and Tyler makes a hard left. Tyler crawls under a table with the urn and watches the Falcon Brute run by, relieved. Suddenly, Francois slides under the table next to Tyler.
What the fuck is going on?
Tyler shoves the urn in Francois' arms.
Don't fuck it up!
Tyler takes off. Instantly, Francois gets pulled out with the urn from under the table like a rag doll. Bonham stands over Francois, grabs the urn, and hands it over to Killian. Francois passes his rat's nest. It's not actually what I meant to say. It was worse than that. Francois presses his thumbs in Bonham's eyes as they both fall overboard. Killian moves through the crowd and the guests jump overboard to escape the madness. Exterior, yacht back deck, continuous. Tyler hurries around a corner and hides inside the control room. The Falcon Brute runs past, and Tyler grabs the leather leash only to be dragged behind the Falcon Brute like a dog sled. Falcon Brute stops in his tracks. He slowly turns around and sees Tyler on the ground, immobilized with fear. Falcon Brute approaches Tyler with a stoic gaze. He lifts him up, eye to eye. A peaceful tranquility comes over Falcon Brute, for he's been deprived of human connection for so long.
Sunday.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Falcon Brute brings Tyler in for a hug. A sense of relief comes over Tyler. Tyler becomes concerned when the squeezing tightens to a bone-crushing ability. A harpoon hits Falcon Brute in the back. With Tyler still in his grip, he turns to find WYATT struggling to load a new harpoon. Falcon Brute hurls Tyler over the railing and steps toward WYATT when Falcon Brute's head snaps back as he falls and breaks his neck on the railing. WYATT hurries to the railing and finds Tyler holding the leather leash tight with his feet, planted firmly on the side of the yacht like a spy.
Be honest, do I look like Jason Bourne right now?
More like Austin Powers.
WYATT pulls him back up. Tyler climbs over the railing.
John Wick?
Yeah, keep practicing.
Interior, white Volkswagen, dusk. Roland, Monte, and Amelia pull up into a cluster of partygoers running around like chickens with their heads cut off.
What the hell is this?
They quickly get out of the car. Exterior, marina, continuous.
6:45 p.m. We're gonna be late.
Monte spots Samantha being assisted by Victoria, both soaking wet as they emerge from the crowd. Monte hurries to help.
Her water broke.
I always imagine less water.
Bang, 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 bang. Monte gets shot in the right hand, losing part of it. Everyone takes cover behind a car. As Roland ducks down, the Jack-in-the-Box toy falls out of Chloe's purse and hits the ground. In the distance, gun pointed, Bonham, with his torn sleeve balled up and stuffed in his eye socket, clears the path through the crowd for Cillian. Amidst all the chaos, Cillian recognizes his childhood toy on the ground. Quick flash of Cillian as a young boy, turning the handle of that very same Jack-in-the-Box. In disbelief, Cillian opens the urn. It's empty. He realizes the ashes are inside his Jack-in-the-Box toy. His heart sinks as he drops the urn. Bang! Bang! Bonham reloads his revolver. Stretched out on the ground, Roland extends his hand for the car keys towards Monte.
I got this. I can feel it.
Monte shakes his head as he clenches his injured hand.
2 hands are better than 1.
Unless both are cursed.
Monte throws the keys to Roland. Roland swiftly picks up the Jack-in-the-Box toy, jumps in the white Volkswagen Rabbit, and locks the doors. Monte attempts to open the passenger door.
What are you doing? Open the door!
Roland starts the car.
Don't do this, Roland!
Cut to heavy machinery operating at a construction site nearby. A bolt pops off, sending a large saw blade rolling off at great speed. Back to Monte continues to yank on the door handle.
If it's got handles, I can handle it.
In the distance, Tyler and WYATT emerge from the crowd, seeing Roland at the wheel of a car.
You don't have a chance in hell!
Suddenly, the saw blade hits the driver's door, jolting the car from the impact. Roland sees the saw blade planted firmly in the door. With horror, he notices Tyler's gold amulet stuck on the edge of the saw blade. Roland and Monte look at each other, possibly for the last time. Roland speeds off like a bat out of hell. Monte can't believe it. Monte panics, refusing to let his lifelong friend head off to certain death. Cillian sees Roland driving away.
Give me that gun!
Bonham hands his revolver to Cillian, who starts firing at Roland's car. Monte pulls a partygoer from his car and tosses him aside like a rag doll.
Everyone get in, now!
Amelia and Victoria quickly help Samantha to the back seat as she moans in labor pain. Cillian and Bonham hop in their car and take off in pursuit of Roland. As he wraps his injured hand, Monte spots WYATT, pale and shell-shocked with Tyler's blood splattered on him.
WYATT, snap out of it. You're coming with us. I need you to shift the gears.
WYATT jumps in the passenger seat.
Just breathe, honey. Deep breaths, in and out.
Shut up and get me to the hospital, Monte!
Of course, first things first.
They peel away. Interior, exterior, Newman's car, continuous. Newman and Maury wait at a red light.
When we get there, let me do the talking. The last thing we need to do is lose our momentum.
Maury takes a big bite of his hamburger and a sip of his milkshake.
Maybe he'll come to us. Crazier things have happened.
Roland's white Volkswagen... Sorry, it's too funny. Roland's white Volkswagen Rabbit swerves around the corner wildly like an amateur driver. Newman recognizes Roland. Cillian's car swings around in pursuit while Cillian leans out, firing shots at Roland. Monte's stolen car swings around the corner but loses control, stopping inches away from Newman's car.
That was close. Everything is under control. She's just having a baby.
First gear, Wyatt!
Wyatt snaps out of it and jerks the gear stick in first. Off they go. Newman takes off after Monte.
We've got shots fired! Repeat, shots fired. We are in pursuit of what looks to be an 80s white rabbit. It's I repeat, 80s white rabbit heading east on Ventura.
Run, rabbit, run. Copy that. The hunt is on.
Interior, white Volkswagen Rabbit, continuous. Roland sees Killian's car in the rearview mirror as they gain on him. Killian fires a shot, shattering Roland's back windshield. Bonham speeds up to clip Roland's rear panel. Roland barely manages to maintain control of his car.
10 and 2, 10 and 2.
Interior, Monte's car continuous.
I think the baby's coming!
Wyatt turns back.
Yoga breath, Sam. Yoga breath.
Fuck off, Wyatt! No one calls me Sam! Oh, this is all your fault.
Detective's cop light flashing behind them in the distance.
Looks like you got a friend on your trail.
Monte looks in the rearview mirror and takes his foot off the gas.
Why are you slowing down?
The detectives approach. Monte hits the brakes hard. Interior, Newman's car continuous. Unprepared, Newman jerks the wheel to avoid the collision. They slingshot past Monte and lose control. Slow-mo. Newman and Maury holding on tight as the car spins. Newman shows concerns while Maury is worried about the floating milkshake in the air. End of slow-mo. Newman's car comes to an abrupt stop. Maury realizes he managed to avoid any of the spill. He turns to Newman. She's covered in Maury's milkshake, and her death stare cuts right through him. Exterior, highway, moments later. Roland, Killian, and Monte all haul ass toward a group of motorhomes, driving in a single file like ducklings. Not far behind them is the entire police force catching up with them. Roland's car flies past the motorhomes, with Killian's car close behind. Interior, Monte's car continuous. Wyatt sees the cops approaching.
Looks like we're gonna have to shed some pork fat.
Monte thinks fast to create a diversion. He comes dangerously close to the lead motorhome with the old lady's car hitched behind. Interior, exterior, lead motorhome continuous. Terrified, the old lady driving, Martha gets startled and jerks the wheel.
Jesus, Howard Christ! Hold on! Hold on to your seat, Carl!
An old man on the toilet reacts to her erratic driving.
God damn it, Martha! I was so close!
Like a chain reaction, all the motorhomes behind lose control, creating a barricade, forcing the cops to stop. Interior, Monte's car continuous. Monte marvels at Roland's new driving skills.
Terrible thing's my ass. Curse is broken.
In front of him, Roland scrapes the rail guard, knocking the side mirror off. Interior, white Volkswagen Rabbit continuous. Roland regains control, noticing the missing mirror.
Did I need that?
Interior, Killian's car shortly after. Bonham sees Monte's car closing in behind them.
Hold tight.
Monte smashes against them as they race side by side. Killian leans out of his window and points the gun over the roof to fire at Monte. Monte swerves and the bullets hit the headlight. Interior, Monte's car continuous. Wyatt leans out the window and aims his gun at Killian's car with his eyes closed, anticipating the recoil.
Do it!
Wyatt fires a shot, exploding Killian's front tire. Killian's car swings hard out of control towards Monte. At the last second, Killian's car rolls and flips in the air, scraping the roof of Monte's car as it passes over. Monte and Wyatt lock eyes with Killian and Bonham through the sunroof as we hear the sound of a baby crying. Monte turns around and sees Samantha holding a newborn wrapped in a sweater. Interior, white Volkswagen Rabbit continuous. Roland looks at the commotion behind. He turns his eyes back to the road just in time to avoid hitting a parked car. He clips the corner, sending him in the air. He violently lands back on all four tires. In a daze, Roland looks for the Jack-in-the-Box toy as Monte's car abruptly pulls up next to him.
Get in, you crazy son of a bitch.
Wyatt opens his door as Roland stammers inside, toy in hand. Exterior, Monte's car continuous. Everyone is silent as they drive. Monte extends his wounded hand to squeeze Samantha's hand tight. Moments later, they drive down the long driveway to the Cherry house.
Right on time.
Park in the back.
Exterior, interior, Cherry's house, continuous. Dorian opens the door as Monte and Roland approach, looking like shit, with a Jack-in-the-Box toy.
Cutting it close.
Traffic was a bitch.
She leads them inside.
All the way down, last door on your right.
Dorian watches Roland and Monte with a sense of resolution as they head down the hallway. Behind Dorian, out of nowhere, Killian pulls her head back and slices her throat swiftly. He drops her body while keeping his attention on Monte and Roland. He hangs the car keys up on the hook. Interior, Cherry study continuous. Roland and Monte enter, finding Jameson preparing a cigar.
As you can imagine,
This situation has grown to be quite sensitive.
It certainly has.
We're sorry for your loss.
Roland extends the toy to Jameson.
Just set it on my desk.
Roland obeys.
What gives a man the nerve to cross the ropes of morality and take something only he feels belongs to him?
I guess that depends on what he's taking.
Jameson shakes his head in disagreement.
It doesn't matter what he's taking. Entitlement. A false sense of it will encourage a man to abandon all reason and sabotage whatever good might be left in him.
Jameson picks up a picture of Jameson and Cillian as young boys with their parents. The boys look happy and close. Fiona, their mother, forces a smile.
This was taken a couple of days before she passed. Our parents wanted nothing more than to have children. They shared the kind of love you only find in books. They tried for years to get pregnant.
He sets the picture down.
From the moment they received news that they were having twins, they were consumed with joy. With great anticipation, they waited. But with all things planned, so come the unplanned.
Roland and Monte listen intently.
Our mother nearly passed away due to complications during the delivery. She was never the same. A terrible depression eventually dismantled her ability to love herself, and in time, self-compassion became lost to her. The burden of our luck to be born would only prove to be our loss. My father always said, never consider a man lucky until he reaches his journey's end. Do you still consider yourself lucky, Roland?
Time will tell.
What is it you want?
An understanding. More of a promise, really. We want our names cleared.
You returned something to me that I can't replace. My father deserves to be respected in his death, so that his soul may finally rest.
Are we free of any harm now that this is all over?
I have no quarrel with you. You have my word. No harm shall befall any of you.
Jameson extends his hand as Roland shakes it, eye to eye.
I promise it is.
Jameson turns to Monte.
Your debt has been absolved.
Roland discovers after years that Monte's gambling debt he took on was with the Cherry family.
You owe your life to Roland. That can never be repaid. That kind of bond is rare as the Pope's piss.
Monte now realizes that Roland is the one that paid his debt. Roland and Monte leave, trusting Jameson's promise. Jameson approaches the jack-in-the-box. The moment is heavy. He turns the handle slowly as he listens to the familiar chime. He stops, realizing he's not ready to see his father's remains. Jameson picks up the toy, and we will follow him through the house as he makes his way towards exterior-interior Cherry's barn, continuous. Jameson closes the barn door behind him, and just as he turns around, he sees Cillian face to face. Jameson winces. He looks down to find Cillian's knife in his gut.
We're brothers.
We haven't been for some time.
Jameson's head sags gently against Cillian's shoulder. Cillian lowers Jameson to the ground.
And Dad loved you most because you reminded him of her.
Cillian stares in Jameson's eyes as he stops breathing. He pulls the knife out. He stands up, knife in hand. His eyes fill with tears. Cillian steps back. His foot lands onto the jack-in-the-box toy. And just like Achilles' heel having survived so much, he slips and falls, landing on his own knife, penetrating through his chest. Cillian struggles to breathe as he reaches for the handle of the jack-in-the-box. He manages to slightly touch it, ejecting the ashes and a rabbit puppet. Dissolve 2. CILLIAN, in the same position, stretched out on the bathroom floor where he lost his mother all those years ago. He takes his last breath. Interior, hospital room, morning. The open eyes of a newborn, held by Monte, who's sunken in a chair, fast asleep, as Amelia interacts with the baby. Samantha is resting in the hospital bed. Roland is looking through a magazine for baby cribs. Tyler's gold amulet is hanging around his neck. A doctor inspects Francois' nose. Francois slaps the doctor's hands away. Victoria laughs at his expense. WYATT storms in.
Run!
Roland and Monte spring up. Roland tosses the magazine as Monte hands his baby to Samantha, giving them a kiss each. They both bolt for the door.
Buckle up!
Cops run by the room in pursuit. Exterior, hospital, continuous. Roland and Monte hurry out the door. They run past the bum from the police station. Roland quickly slaps $30 into the bum's hands.
About fucking time.
The cops emerge from the hospital. Freeze on Roland and Monte. Roland has a big grin, kissing Tyler's gold amulet. Monte looks terrified. Interior, Floyd's car, street parking, continuous. Floyd eagerly grips the steering wheel, focused like a hawk. His fancy AI robot is in the passenger seat. Floyd sees Roland, Monte, and Amelia hurrying around the corner.
Shit! Quick! Put your seatbelt on, they're coming!
The AI robot doesn't move.
Fine, I'll do it.
He quickly fastens its seatbelt.
Now, these guys are real pros, so do not embarrass me.
Based on my evaluation, you don't need any assistance in that department.
Nice. Real nice. No, I didn't program you to be a smartass.
You didn't program me.
I guess that's what I get for turning you on. Boy, I miss the old days.
Cut to car doors slamming, tires peeling out, with a thick cloud of smoke dissipating, revealing a black cat hissing. Fade to black. Super. In short, luck's always to blame. The end.
All right, we've got the recaps and trailers. Recaps. I haven't even talked to that kid.